Hello, hello.
Howdy doody.
I had jalapeno poppers, so I might have to take a bathroom break.
Okay.
Jalapeno poppers, nice.
I thought you were just going to say I might have to take a bath.
You know what? I actually thought the same thing.
I just spilled soda all over myself.
Oh.
I know that's going to fucking surprise everybody, so I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, great. So, Galdrick just ate a bunch of jalapeno poppers and Milton needs to take a bath.
There we go.
Perfect.
Were they good? Were they satisfying poppers?
They were good, satisfying poppers.
Did you buy them or make them?
That's good.
Oh, I bought them.
Yeah, that's fair. Have you ever made your own?
I have. Yes,
Oh,
yes, I have.
yeah,
Yes,
boy.
yes, I have.
Oh, man. When you make your own, fresh jalapenos. Oh, man. That's some
So
good
good.
shit.
So I've made them. Randomly, my grandma was like, "I bought you a deep fryer," and I was like, "Oh shit, all right,
Oh,
cool."
nice.
She bought me a little deep fryer, so I tried it then, and I was like, "This was a fucking mess. I'm never using this ever."
Yeah.
And but I have an air fryer, and I kind of want to try an air fryer.
What's an
Ooh.
air fryer?
I know.
It's
Black
essentially
magic.
like it's a convention.
Yeah.
It's just a convention. Convection. Words. Got it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry. Shut you, Jake. It's a convection oven. It's just simply it's just an oven. It's not any new technology. It's just a smaller form factor, so it cooks shit a hell of a lot faster.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, they're like they're neat. But yeah, ooh, what they neat. They neat. What they very neat.
I know. Yeah, I've heard more and more people talking about these air fryers, and like, it looks like you can do some really cool stuff with them. Like,
I guess it'd be nice in the summer if you're, just during the hot weather. Not have
Yes,
to turn on your
yeah.
whole oven. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and yeah,
There's a lot of stuff you can. Anything you can do with an oven, you can do with that. It's just a small form factor.
yeah, and like the
Interesting.
heat is like intense, so you can cook shit like really fast.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
you just spend like $3,000 and get a salamander.
What the what?
What is that?
Like-
It's just a
like
gas version of the same thing. It's
Okay.
literally a giant flaming upside down grill that you like hold down from the top and like lay on shit.
I
Oh.
want one.
I've only
What?
used them in like I only worked in like a real kitchen for a short while before I got, not food shit jobs, but it was the dopest thing I've ever seen, and everyone would always be like, that's the station they wanted super hard, because they would just take this
Shit.
fucking inferno and like drop it on a plate.
Oh my god, I
That's pretty
love that.
cool.
Yeah, man.
I'm sending you like recipes for air fryers right now. So,
Now, hold on, wait. I
Nice.
wanted to ask this about the jalapeno poppers.
mhm.
Do you bread them or do you not? Because
What
there's a
the
huge difference there.
Of course, I bread them.
So I disagree with the breading. I will take just jalapenos, clean them, roast them in the oven, or do it on like fire so you can peel the skin off.
Mhm.
Cream cheese and either bacon or tri-tip. That's the fucking primo
Yeah.
right there.
That's the way you
Okay.
think you're supposed to
That
do
does
it,
sound-
you pussy. I take a raw jalapeno, I shove a cheese twist in there with the packaging still in it, and I just cram it in my mouth. I don't even open the cheese. Plastic and everything.
You just got it. I don't know what to tell you.
That's the way that I do
breading
it.
is it's so fucking it makes it so much more difficult to
I actually
make.
agree.
Yes, that is
That is
one
true.
huge problem with the breading is that it, like, honestly, that's why we don't make them more
I was
often.
going to say, because we
Yeah.
haven't made it in, 5 years minimum.
Wow, is it
Since we-
wow,
right?
yeah,
When you
yeah.
think about it? Yeah. We should
Is it-
just make
Is it
some
even a
naked
popper at that point, or is it like a different thing? I don't know.
Jalapeno.
I mean, don't get me
bites.
wrong. I'm saying I would have that, but I don't mind. When I, it's not the worst thing in the world if we don't have them too often. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super true.
Yeah.
Destroys my
There's
thighs
vegetable in there.
and my bathroom. You
Shut
know what I'm
up.
saying? Like,
Okay.
Aaron and I,
Half of it is vegetable. That's got to be good for you.
Yeah.
Aaron and I discovered something similar to that today. KFC. Something you enjoy and you definitely don't want to have very often.
Ah, yeah.
Mm.
Yep. Boy.
Yep.
I realize another. No one. I would contend that no one since the dawn of time has ever finished an entire serving of popcorn chicken. Never.
I would agree. Yeah, no, I would agree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no one
what
ever
What
gets through it,
happens
dude.
about halfway through, right?
Yeah.
It transforms. It's no longer popcorn chicken. It's some sort of like, it's like
And-
nausea-inducing.
Yeah, it's like suddenly you
Yeah.
become self-aware and
Yes.
you're like, oh
Yes.
no.
God, dude, it's just like eating pure fucking sodium. It's just,
Yes,
oh,
exactly. Yeah.
I feel my heart slowing down and
I
shit.
think they turn into those little baby things from the forest in your tummy.
yeah, those
What?
things are awful. I can't finish those.
Oh my god.
We're all in the same boat.
Is there
here.
a name for like when you eat too much of the same thing and it just starts to suck too much?
Ooh, there needs
Stupidity.
to
You know
be a
what I
word.
mean?
American.
There needs to
I
be
partake
a-
in it all the time.
Yeah, there needs to be a word for what happens to the food when you eat so much of it that you don't like it anymore.
That's
That's it.
a really good word to have because it could be for songs. It could
Yeah.
be for you've watched this
Okay,
movie
so
too many
okay,
times.
so interesting. Same sort of topic. I don't know what this is. I don't understand it. It's really weird, but I've had this virtually my entire life. If I some people they'll do meal prep and they'll cook the same thing and they'll eat the same thing 7 days in a row.
Yeah.
Right. By day 2, if I have the same thing to eat like too many meals in a row, I actually get a gag reflex because my body starts to
Whoa.
Nice.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's extreme.
That is
Yeah,
extreme because I
it is-
sympathize, but I'm
Yeah.
not that far.
I was just gonna say, Kaylee's super similar with like really doesn't like the same thing multiple times in a row. I am the opposite. If I have
Yeah.
my meals planned out every single day and it is the same thing morning, noon, and night, oh man, I'm a happy
Comfort
man.
time. Yeah.
Just that is schedule, that is like predictability. I am fucking floating on cloud 9 at that point. Kaylee
My
doesn't
brain's
do
just
that.
an idiot. It's easy to trick. I can make chicken like 4 different ways, but just very slightly different. And then
Oh, I can have
Oh, that's
chicken 4
enough.
different ways. Yeah. I can have the same protein, but so it all started when I was working at Walmart. Okay, overnight shift, and it's like you got 15 minutes to do your shit and get back to work.
Yeah.
Hated that shit. So the fastest thing to do was to get like these like upgraded noodle packs. It wasn't ramen. It was kind of just like it was like stir fry, microwave stir fry for like
Yakisoba?
60 seconds. Yeah. And so I had these regularly, and then one day went to take a bite and I just like vomited everywhere. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, are you
God.
okay?" And I was like, "I'm fine. What the hell was that?"
That was your body's way
Severe.
of just screaming, no!
Yeah. And ever since then, I was like 18, and ever since then, I've not been able to have a meal
Wow.
back to back like that. I can't.
Man, yeah.
That's intense. Yeah, no, I can like we roast chicken in the oven with salt and pepper, and I'll eat that every lunch for the whole week.
No, I gotta have like a variety of hot sauces.
Yeah.
and-
See,
No,
I
there we
can have
go.
the same thing as like give me a different sauce each time you serve it, and I'm good to
Yeah.
go.
Nah, nothing. Literally just plate, microwave chicken or whatever. I'm fucking good to go. Not even microwaved, just fucking cold chicken. Cold
Okay.
chicken, salt and pepper.
I don't get it, but
I'm good to go.
I'm very
Okay.
anti-microwave.
I know you're
applaud you
memeing
there.
right now, but I love cold chicken. All right. I eat cold food. The only thing I won't eat cold is like French fries or mashed potato. Like
That's
chicken
Yeah,
fair,
potatoes.
that's fair.
That's gross as shit.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I've eaten
I'd
cold
rather
mashed
have
potatoes though.
I'd rather have something cold than something cooked again than overcooked, but it's warm. So
Oh,
like,
man.
why?
There you go.
Why would you
Okay.
just make worse food warmer? I don't like that.
You know what? That doesn't bother me in the slightest. As long as the texture's okay, the optics are totally fine. It's like, but this has been cooked and recooked 7 times. Like, still got a decent chew to it. I'm okay.
or mouthfeel on it.
Maybe if you like did it tactically and undercooked your food on purpose, and then you microwaved it to finish the cooking.
I just think I'm not picky. I'm like, feels like chicken.
Feels like
God.
Okay, all right, we got to get going. We got to get started with this. So, last week we did something a little bit different where we just kind of did a Q&A for the session. I still did a recap and a narrative camera. We're going to do the same recap and narrative camera today, but we're going to have an actual session. So I will start by welcoming folks to our tabletop RPG stream called Monsters Ain't Real, where we use a modified D&D 5e rule set to enjoy some good old-fashioned RPG fun set in a high fantasy universe.
This is the same roll thingy from last week.
Yeah, exact same thing as last week.
I'm gonna get a glass of water then.
Okay. To anyone new? Oh my god. What a disaster. What a train wreck every fucking time. To anyone new, all the old episodes are up on YouTube, although that doesn't mean that you can't just hang out and enjoy the session. For the recap for last time you guys went to the town of Okuz to get some horses, and you spent a lot more time there than I thought you would. It started with the standard rite of honorable combat for entry, where Slump dick punched a man known as the Serpent, so hard that he let the party in. You guys entered the town and found that there were no local wizards to teleport you around, so instead you made your way to the tavern. The tavern keep gave you guys some drinks and food, and you purchased one normal horse and one very small, very round squat horse, which Slump named Orb. You also purchased a horse from the local blacksmith, a place called Straight Metal, from a man named Steve, and the horse that he sold you was also named Straight Metal. Then you bought the gate guard's horse named Korig, who was a very good horse. The next morning, you set out for the Free City. Eventually, after traveling through a bunch of normal forests, you entered some weird forests that ended up spitting you out where you came in. You came up with some clever ways to not get lost in the forest, and then camped overnight with a super OP ability that makes me question the way I've modified the 5e system. The next morning, however, you were ambushed by some graceful and beautiful wood elves. After talking them down, they agreed to guide you through the forest to the Free City, and they gave you a few gifts. They gave you some lumbar bread, which is great for lower back support. They gave you a very normal rope that's just a rope. And one of them gave Jake all of their hair, or at least they tried to. They pulled out great fistfuls of bloody hair, handed them to Jake, and then offered their services to Slump, who requested only that they give him nothing. And that was where we ended. So, with that in mind, we will go ahead.
Do the narrative camera!
Oh my God.
Do it!
With that, we'll do the narrative camera
Do the narrative camera!
as requested by Galdrick. I can just imagine Galdrick like sitting there waiting to get the adventure started, screaming into the sky, "Do the narrative camera!
Hurry up!
Do it!
Hurry up! Come over and build my fence!"
I will, man. Okay. It is time for the narrative camera. The camera opens in darkness. Seething darkness that moves around us. And then we start to move through it. And there's a sound in here. As if boiling rage was given voice, but it's distant. Fury manifested 1,000 miles away. And it gets closer. And we see the source. A cloaked figure pushing through the ocean of darkness around us. And then a portal opens up. And the light that spills through into the darkness illuminates the face of the cloaked figure. And we see teeth. The face-splitting grimace of Volos as he peers through a portal. On the other side, we see the black towers of the eternal throne of Izo, lit by the fires of the volcano beneath it. The portal closes, and Volos begins pushing through the darkness again. And that sound comes from him, guttural and deafening. Like a violently bubbling magma, like a landslide swallowing up cities. Volos stops and opens another portal. We see the white tower of Rena. He peers through the portal and closes it again, roaring in anger as he makes his way through the darkness. He stops, opens another portal, and this time we see mist. Mist and a large gathering of cloaked figures. Members of the Church of All Tomorrows. They turn to see Volos as he opens the portal, and they begin bowing and praying. Volos steps through the portal, and without saying anything, walks through the rows of followers. He casts his hand down, and a dozen of the followers are crushed by an invisible force. Sickeningly, their bones snap as they are ground into the dirt by some unseen force. The rest of the followers begin chanting in praise for the voice of tomorrow. Again, Volos casts his hand down, and a dozen more are crushed with horrific squelching and snapping sounds. He regards the remaining followers, hundreds of them, and he selects one. As they stand, their eyes darken, the veins in their body darken, and they respond simply with, "I understand." Volos then opens a portal, and ventures into the darkness again. This time, he moves deliberately, silently, with purpose, and the darkness hides him. And that's where we come back. You guys are making your way through this kind of mysterious forest on your way to the Free City. The elves are guiding you, two of them very regal and beautiful looking, one of them with half their hair missing and their scalp bleeding all over their shoulders.
Yuck.
And you guys feel something awful for a moment. You guys are making your way through the forest, and time seems to slow down just a little bit. And you feel that kind of nausea, that kind of pain in your stomach, and you feel that kind of pressing on your brain a little bit. And it grows, and then it kind of goes away. But then it comes back, and it almost feels like there's that expression, feeling someone walking on your grave. It kind of feels like that, like this doom kind of passing by. But then it's gone. And you are making your way through the forest again.
Before we get too much further, how's everyone looking from our encounter with the elves? Can I heal people back up to full?
Yeah, Galdrick's not looking good.
Oh, okay.
I'm okay. I'm just missing a couple fingers.
Oh, you need those.
So you want to heal up Galdrick?
Yes.
Okay.
Nobody else is missing any help?
That's right.
Okay, yeah.
Now, would you like to use God power to heal him up for free, or would you like to burn spell slots?
I would like to burn spell slots.
Okay.
I'm just trying to, I'll do, so I'm going to do Prayer of Healing. Okay, good. Wait, was it 2? Yes. So it's 14.
With the plus on that, what does it say? Does it say +3 or does it say plus wisdom or
Spell
something?
modifier?
Okay, so add plus, your highest stat is wisdom or charisma?
Oh, yeah,
Is
wisdom,
right? Yeah, so add plus wisdom to that.
Oh, instead of the 3.
Exactly.
Or in addition to.
Instead of the 3. The 3 should be wisdom. Yeah.
So yeah, 16.
16. Okay. Galdrick, you feel approximately 16 health points more healthy. if you were to somehow quantify health into points, you'd feel 16 more of them better.
How many fingers is that?
I'm only missing a thumb now.
I was gonna say it's up to the knuckle of
Yeah. And I need that thumb anyways, it's fine.
Now here's the crazy thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Lou, when you do that, you feel that sensation
So
again.
careful. Okay.
It's almost like, now I don't know what this feels like, but it's like the mental image I have is like being at the bottom of a whirlpool where all the water kind of funnels down onto you and you can feel the water swirling around you. And then it's gone.
Hey, buds.
Yeah.
Have you been feeling like we're being kind of passed by our mutual friend?
Yeah, Slump feels like that sometimes, and then he takes a seat behind a tree, and what he does is he squeezes his tum-tum real hard, and then he usually feels better.
This is I don't know for sure. I think it's a different thing.
Oh, well,
like being like.
Well, la-di-da, don't you know things good?
in addition to that.
Yeah, fine. No, why? What do you mean?
Does the rest of the party feel it as well?
Yes, you guys all, every time, I mean, you guys have a pretty good idea what's going on, and every time that happens, you all feel it, and it feels bad.
I think I had some really bad jalapeno poppers earlier. I don't know. I think that's just my tum. I think it's just my tum. I eat some weird mushrooms.
Oh dear.
So how many elves are with us right now?
There's 3 elves with you.
Okay. I think Slump would like look at one of the other elves and just say,
Slump is having a thing inside this dog,
and he points to his head,
where it feels like there's another dog.
and he's like holding his hands above his head, pointing at his head,
It's going through this dog,
and he points at his own head again.
you know? And then he's gone. You know? All right.
The
Good
one,
chat.
the
Okay,
one,
bye.
the one elf that's like missing most of his hair kind of turns. What?
The dog that's in here does the thing with this up in this
What?
part up here.
When he
And
starts
then, you
explaining
know-
it, I'm mirroring his pantomimes as well.
Look, just do
you
the
go-
same thing, pointing at your head over.
And then it goes whoosh,
And he like brushes his hair, non-existent because he's bald with a hand. He's like,
it goes like swash, like that, you know?
Okay.
What happens? Make it stop. Slump eats people when he's anxious.
He kind of taps.
Oh God, you're okay.
He kind of taps the other elf on the shoulder. He's like, I can't deal with this, man. I can't deal with this. And the other elf turns around and is like, you feel something in your mind? Like someone's in your mind?
Yeah. Only for a little bit, and then they go bye. Bye.
Do you feel that?
No, I don't feel anything. So, well, I mean, this forest is enchanted. It could just be the enchantment of the forest that's making your mind feel strange.
You know.
If you still feel it when we leave the forest, then we'll know it's something else.
Well, could it be possible that the forest is what's keeping us safe right now?
What?
I mean, the forest
that's a-
keeps us safe.
What do you
they?
think is keeping us safe?
If someone's looking for you, they're going to have a hard time in this forest.
Why?
Well, the forest is enchanted to be very difficult to navigate unless you understand the magics and have been through it.
Well, that's good. So we're pretty safe here then.
Pretty safe if someone's looking for you, but you can't stay here.
Yeah, too
We
bad
can-
we're on our way out.
All right. So I think this is where I'm going to start my cabin.
No, you will not be allowed to live here.
Okay. All right.
There
fine.
have been-
Just sentence us to death. That's fine.
I mean, I don't want to be indelicate, but I really actually don't care if you die outside of the forest.
Oh,
wow.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
What's with all
Okay,
those
wow.
gifts then?
Wow.
Real turnaround.
Okay, wow.
I mean, as long as you're lead, we'll give you all the gifts you need to get out of the forest. But
okay, that's.
we need you to get out of the forest.
Yeah, nope. Yep, we're on our way.
Excellent.
Hey, do you have
That's good.
anything that would help us like keep that kind of confusion? Like if you ever have to venture out of the forest, do you take anything with you that protects you and keeps you hard to find?
Well, we don't leave the forest very often.
Why would you? It's a great forest.
Exactly. Lou, why don't you roll plus wisdom?
Ooh.
Not that nice of a forest. There's some bitter trees.
Okay, yeah. You can tell that they're being deliberately kind of evasive. When you ask, like, do you bring anything out of the forest? They were being very deliberately evasive, and not fully answering the question.
I understand. We all have our own kind of trade secrets. We're certainly not trying to. I'm not trying to push or be too, overly familiar.
Push.
Well,
Push.
I'd like to push a little bit though. It's more. You clearly have expertise, and we're going on our own adventure here. And it's great to kind of learn along the way, and we're hoping to learn from you.
Well, we're not really interested in teaching the ways of our forest, to be totally honest. Why should I help you?
Oh, because helping and teaching and sharing knowledge is the greatest thing you can do.
The greatest.
I think I disagree. When we shared our knowledge, people moved into the forest, they built cities in this forest, they ravaged the wildlife of the forest and destroyed what we knew, and when we stopped giving them information and killed the ones who lived here, the forest became a much more peaceful place.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's not fair.
So how...
I wonder though, what if it's information that you share that's like sharing your understanding of the forest so that they would maybe, I mean, do you think they would respect more and then not do the bad thing? I don't know.
I want Slump to like pull, even if you don't have, if he has anything that resembles a monocle, he would pull it out and put it on.
You have the...
Oh, does he?
You have that super magical monocle that makes you seem like the wealthy elite.
Oh yeah! Fuck! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Was that specific to the green ink?
You just got... It was one of the magic items you got from the box, so it lasts...
Fuck yes!
Forever through all inks.
Fuck yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is amazing. I want Slump to like pull it out and pop it on, and immediately he sort of like squints into it and sticks up his head like
immediately when you do that, the way they look at you completely changes.
Jeez, these guys are shallow.
I guess they would, because wouldn't elves respect someone that they presumed to be a person of accomplishment and intellect? That would be the sort of person that they would like.
You are wealthy in the eyes of the people that look at you. So like you are immediately someone of like accomplishment and like somebody who owns a lot of something valuable, whether that be knowledge or money or whatever it is, but like somebody who is in their eyes incredibly wealthy.
Excellent.
So they immediately regard you with a you don't know what it is, but it looks different.
Excellent. Okay. So Slump would he'd put it on, he'd start stroking his shoulder, with one arm crossed over this chest going,
indubitably, still in the fair. Have you ever considered now, dear chap, answer me this. Would you or would you not say that the ideals that you adhere to are those meant to protect your peoples and ensure their lineage through the ages in tranquility and peace and undisturbed?
Well, I mean, of course, we seek that above all else.
Do you genuinely seek it above all else? Do you genuinely seek it above all else?
It is almost our singular goal, of course, Mr. Slump.
Excellent. Tell me this, old being. Reckon me this. If we were to confront you with, say, evidence that something was able to defy the magic cast over these lands, wouldn't you think that is something deserving investigation? Wouldn't you be worried that if you didn't work with the people reporting the problem in the first place, that perhaps it would come back at a time later, unexpected, and catch you unprepared?
I mean, if such evidence existed, we would definitely consider it.
Well, did anybody else here feel the okay.
What?
Didn't anybody else feel
and he's like pointing to his head again.
I'm like picking little pieces of bloody hair off my cloak. Oh yeah, totally.
I do want to just kind of throw this out there. Galdrick, Jake, and Lou, you suddenly realize that you don't know how much money Slump has, and you just kind of have this gut feeling that Slump might actually be filthy fucking rich back home. Like, you don't know.
Do we actually know?
It might actually kind of make sense that he came from a lot of money.
Never seen him buy anything.
Who else would feel comfortable just like eating a person than a super rich person?
Yeah, that does seem kind of like only the wealthy could afford a taste such as human flesh.
My God.
Well, now there you have it, my companions, who seem to be from lands not your own, are encountering the same sort of mental phenomenon, which is not simply a dismissable as an bastards of mass hysteria. Could indeed be worthy of
And as he's like gesturing around, as he's gesticulating, he drops the monocle for a second.
It is worth paying attention to, and then with the big brain look and himself words up in the breath.
And then he puts it back on.
Anyone must ask oneself, what would you do if it meant protecting the very people you're sworn loyalty to, your family, friends, and so on?
What?
You're saying there's the four of you
Yes,
are
please tell us what he's saying.
the four of you are
Please.
experiencing something beyond the forest here.
Indeed. Being exactly experiencing something in the beyond, you know.
Well, our ways have been working for a long time. What would you suggest?
Well, it seems to me that this is something that warrants investigation. Warrants being looked at, would you say? Warrants taking another boo and thinking, could there be something amiss?
Slump has broken out into a visible sweat. Even though he has this monocle, the strain on him to be this articulate is really starting to show itself.
Isn't it worth looking into? Isn't it worth considering? But what would you do if you were confronted with some sort of virus, some sort of outside threat as of yet unexplainable, but very real and tangible in nature? Bypassing your magic, isn't that a threat? Don't you think you should help get to the bottom of it? Do you want to be remembered in history as the person who passed up this moment to save your people?
And he shoves the monocle back in his pocket and is like breathing really heavily.
So you're saying
I want to climb up him like a spider monkey while he's doing this, and I want to start rubbing his shoulders like a boxer that's taking his time out in the ring.
Slump is like shaking his head like back to forth, like ear to shoulder, like he's like stretching things out.
You got this. You got this. I'm like wiping the sweat from his brow. I'm applying this anti-bleeding agent to his ear, even though he's not bleeding. I'm like, you got this, baby. You got this. You got this. You got him on the ropes. You got him on the ropes. Okay.
you're telling me that there's something in here that can bypass our magic, and you're fighting against it?
Yes, well, not fighting against it, more experiencing it with no idea how to fight against it. There's something evil old being up in here.
And then he puts the monocle back in his pocket and points to his head and goes,
right inside my meow meow.
I mean, we could definitely investigate it. If there's a threat to the forest, we should investigate it. But
Well, yes, so let's get to the bottom of it. Before we go you know? Before we run around
I'd lean down
like
and kind
crazy
of whisper,
people.
I'd lean down and whisper in the Slump's ear. I would feel bad that you're pretty much sentencing these guys to death because they stand no chance against V-Dog. But, they didn't give a fuck about us, so fuck it. Let's use them as fodder.
So, is Slump doing the good thing or the bad
Doing
thing?
good. Keep it up. Keep it up. I slap him lightly on the cheek like he likes it. You keep it up. You're doing good.
Okay.
How do we
what do you think about
How do we
that?
investigate this? I don't sense anything. The force seems calm and normal.
Well, Slump does not presume to have all of the great intellect of your vast and expansive people, but nonetheless, shouldn't there be someone wise enough amongst your many lands of the
Oh God! I pick up the monocle. He dropped it. I put it back in his eye.
Don't you think someone who could help us get to the bottom of this?
I mean, we could take you to our elder, to investigate this, but it seems, I mean, if it's that dire.
Well, yeah, that might be a good idea. Is your safety and our safety and all the rest, you know?
It would be. I'd certainly be interested, and we could share. We have knowledge that we could share with you.
Yes, the exchange of ideas, old bean. Surely you're up for that.
Also, the enchantments of your forest seem to protect against kind of physical searching, and you might want to up the mental search protection.
Oh no,
is what we're saying.
The mental and magical searches are also
as well
completely thwarted by our forest.
Completely might be a strong word.
Yeah, that's why we mentioned it.
That's
actually.
a strong word.
Well, I'm just saying, you do understand how very convenient it sounds that the four of you who are clearly friends are all agreeing that there's something that we can't experience, right? That's
Well,
Is Azar still with us?
you only need to do one thing.
Yes?
Ask yourself this. Is it worth the risk?
I mean, it is a risky. If we bring you to see the Elder, that's a risk. But if we ignore your warning, that is also a risk.
I wish you the best of luck.
Are they familiar with outside magic, if you will?
Yes. Yep.
I cast Zone of Truth.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
I casually take a step back.
Okay. Yeah, you cast Zone of Truth. And I just like that. I'm going to say they fail the resist for it. I think this is too interesting to have them resist it. They stand there. They kind of look at the glowing ground as the kind of holy runes etch themselves into the ground. They say, "Very interesting. All right, let's be honest with each other then."
Excellent. Couldn't agree more.
Does it still work? Does the monocle still work in the Zone of Truth?
I was gonna
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess it would because Slump technically isn't lying. So I'll say that Slump is now like sweating and panting so heavily that he just puts the monocle away. Like that's enough now.
The strain.
He can only use it so much at one time.
I look at them. I look at the leader and I just say, everything we've told you has been true.
If there's a threat to this forest, which apparently there is, that we don't understand and can't even sense, then I do think this merits an escalation.
Bit of further investigation, no?
Absolutely. We'll take you to the Elder.
Okay, good guy. Nice. Is he nice dog?
I mean,
Nice happy dog. Lots of treats.
Okay.
For the tum-tums.
God, calm down.
Huh?
I mean,
Treats for Tum?
he's
Treats for the tum-tum?
kind and wise, but he does not look kindly
Tummy,
upon
tummy.
outsiders, so...
Oh, well, that's
Is there-
a bummer.
Is there anything we should know? We don't want to offend anybody.
Oh,
Well-
you're going to offend everybody by being outsiders.
Cool.
Oh.
That's
Maybe
fine. They can deal with it.
That's true.
Just to put this into perspective, what is threatening your forest is not only threatening your forest, but it is threatening the very thing that you know as existence.
What could this possibly be? What could this possibly be? What could possibly threaten existence? We don't even fear the gods here. How could you? You must be telling the truth. But what could you possibly be talking about?
That's what we're trying to find out.
How this threat is here, we're not quite sure. What its final intent is, we're not quite sure.
We have a guess, though.
You got a pretty good guess.
I want Slump to like squish his fist into his palm and go.
That's your world.
Uh-huh.
In case you didn't get that. Not your brain.
Bye.
All right, we'll take you to the Elder then. Please follow us. This will take you a little ways away from your original destination. Oh yeah, and Azar's with you. So I guess every time he's been saying the 4 of you, he's been saying the 5 of you. I forgot Azar is still with you guys.
I guess he's still part of our party, though, so him, he wouldn't have swayed them.
Yeah,
I want to break the
exactly.
4th wall, look at the camera, and just say, what kind of episode would it be if we did not go where we were supposed to go?
That's
Yeah,
right. Detour.
Yeah, like I guess Azar is kind of like
Poor Azar.
pointing towards like where you guys were supposed to be going. He's like, but I had plans. And the elf takes you deeper into the forest, and you guys pass through kind of the trees that have been basically identical to many of the trees you've been walking through, right? There was that kind of gut sensation when you walked from the normal forest to the weird enchanted forest, but there was no visual difference until the trees start getting larger, like huge comical World of Warcraft trees. And you walk into the trunk of one of them, and you descend not up into the treetops but down below, and there's a massive kind of underground city of these elves beneath the trees. They take you through the kind of wooden corridors. You see other elves, and everyone's giving you the stink eye. And eventually you come to a great chamber with an elderly looking elven wizard dude. And they say, this is our elder. His name is Lynx. Great Master Lynx, these are 5 travelers we found in the woods who warned us of an evil that is too terrible to imagine, but is absolutely the truth. And we seek your guidance. And this old kind of wizardy looking elf, long white hair, kind of stands up, leaning on his cane pretty heavily, and he says, what brings you to my forest?
We were out there with the big dog came Slumber sitting there, and he came inside his meow meow, and he made
Slips on the monocle.
And the issue, you see, is that it was truly long when we were overcome by a certain sense of dread we couldn't quite describe, but felt both unnatural and intelligent in nature. Seemed to bypass any sort of protective spell you might have going on here.
That's right. We were just passing through, as he says, and we noticed this terrible sensation, and we thought to bring it to your attention.
The magics of this forest have kept it safe for thousands and thousands of years. There's never been something that could evade its magic. What is this thing that you're telling me of? I will see if I can find it.
I mean, not to be rude, but I'm pretty sure it's always existed. You just weren't super important, so it didn't really care.
Which is good. Like, that kept you safe.
That's very good.
And
You're
it's only
saying this
important
evil
according
has
to that
always
person.
existed?
It has
Wait,
always existed. It just might not have existed here.
Oh wait, 2300 or something like that?
Did you bring
Yeah.
it here?
Nope.
No.
No.
How long have you been
no,
having
no,
problems
no.
for?
No.
We haven't had problems except for the outside races for a long time.
Oh my
Well,
god. Okay. Wow.
then you have had them before, so you can't necessarily attribute every evil thing to us. You know?
Nothing's been able to bypass the magics of the forest. What is this thing that can break
It's
the
like
most ancient of enchantments?
you have slugs here, and
And he like holds his hands in sort of a problematic way up to his ears, like the pointy parts.
in the forest.
Do we have slugs?
Yeah, slugs.
Yes, of course we have slugs.
Oh, okay, it's like a slug going across your brain. Makes it feel really bad inside your meow meow, but you don't know why.
While you're in the forest?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Nodding.
Do you know what it is? I could seek it out. Do you feel it now?
Do we feel it now?
No, you don't feel anything right now.
No, I don't feel it right now.
I
I'm
kind of
feeling
looked
pretty
at the
good,
rest of the
actually.
party. I looked at the rest of the party like, should we just tell him it's the voice of all tomorrow?
That's what I was gonna say. Then yes. And so I make eye contact with Godric and nod.
Okay, so the evil seems to be sourced from a group that's known as the Voice of All Tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow.
Oh,
For some reason,
the
it
Church
keeps
of
getting
All
pronounced
Tomorrows.
tomorrow. Yeah.
The Church of All Tomorrows, that group of idiots?
They might have
Yes.
stumbled upon something actually powerful.
You mean their god, the Voice of Tomorrow?
Yeah,
That
maybe.
it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Something has taken up the mantle, at least.
Something else has taken up the mantle.
And this thing can bypass the enchantment of the forest?
Well, unless it's just contagious form of mental diarrhea.
And it hasn't been able to fully break through, just so we're clear, but he's trying.
I shall look for this Voice of Tomorrow. I shall
Please be
see.
very careful. Don't draw attention to yourself if you can avoid it.
My scrying magic is pretty baller. I think I'll be fine.
Oh, I don't know, though.
Can
No,
you wait before
I'm
you
pretty
do that?
freaking rad at scry magic.
Oh my
Rice,
god. Okay.
I don't know.
Ricego hasn't got shit on this.
Wait, do you know Ricego?
Oh, of course I know Ricego. He's
Oh,
probably
dude,
one
I
of the
know
only.
Ricego.
He's probably one of the only good outsiders I ever liked.
Oh, that's
boy,
nice.
that's offensive.
Well, to be fair, most of you are pretty violent and destructive, dirty, short-lived, and ugly, and
I
pretty
mean, the
rude.
first two, but then it kind of fell apart, huh?
I mean, just as a general kind of thing.
Oh, you know
Okay,
what?
well,
At
that
least, you know what? At least we're not fucking cowards.
Oh god. Oh god.
Hey, everyone got their feelings hurt, I think, in this little interaction
At least
here.
we're not
So let's
fucking cowards.
I
When his blood sugar gets low, he gets so
No,
cranky. I'm
no,
so sorry.
it's not blood sugar. No, you're fucking cowards.
Jake, do you have
Hiding
any
in your
maybe
little forest.
peanut butter?
Don't
Yeah.
worry. Bunch of Boy Scouts, you fucking
I-
crybabies. Why don't you get out there and do
Here
something?
you go,
huh?
bud. Here you go. Here
Don't
you
you
go.
know you're
I
all
take
gonna
the
die?
peanut
I
butter
went to the
sandwich
party.
Yeah.
from Jake and I put it in Slump's mouth.
Slump is like he's like trying to resist you guys pulling him back, but he also really wants the peanut butter sandwich. So he's like an angry cat eating food. He's like,
I'm want to forest.
I mean, I'm handing the sandwich over. He's not wrong. Like, if you're super awesome and better than Ricego and you're just gonna chill out in here while everyone else dies, that's kind of a dick move.
I mean, do we owe something to the rest of the world? What do we owe to them?
I suddenly put on a very perfect British accent and I sound like Lou McGregor. And I say, you form a symbiote circle. What happens to one of you will affect the next.
Yes. Yes. Awesome.
No, that's
Uh,
fine. I mean, don't be better than everyone else. That's fine. No one else can deal with it. I guess
Yeah,
you can't
just
either.
suck. Yeah, just suck instead. Be the last light to flick off, I guess.
Even if you don't interact with them, you're part of the community of your world.
What happens to one of you will affect the next.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think because Galdrick pulled the Ewan McGregor, I think
How can you even?
Galdrick, go ahead and roll plus charisma at advantage.
Oh, daddy, ooh, woo, here we go. Ah, net 20! Oh, damn. it's
Oh,
me.
that
Okay.
was so fucking close.
Ah! Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
13.
The 13's still pretty good. Lynx kind of looks over at you. All right. I'll search for this voice of tomorrow, this dangerous, destructive force, and I'll see what I get to see.
Maybe if I could just offer some advice,
Yes.
try searching just off of the voice of tomorrow, just slightly to the left. You know, don't.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait. I raised hand. Ah!
What?
Yes.
When, shit, what the hell was that dumbash's name? The one that you said that he doesn't got crap on your scrying powers?
Oh,
Ricego.
Ricego. I was being
Ricego.
a little bit exaggerative too, by the way. We're probably pretty evenly matched. He's actually quite a talent.
Oh, there
Okay,
you go.
well, when Ricego tried scrying on this same force, his eyes exploded.
That is a great point.
Yep.
Thank you.
Probably an
Very
important
good.
His
Oh,
eyes.
man.
What?
Visual
I'm sorry.
eyes
What?
I wish I hadn't forgot
exploded.
that.
Yeah,
Yep.
same.
his whole eye.
That's a
Bye.
problem. Thanks for the warning, because I'm pretty sure I was going to scry on the same thing that he did.
Yep.
Thank God for
So I
context.
appreciate
No, wait,
appreciate the
wait.
warning.
Hold on. That was when we were trying to. I pointed like Azar. We were trying to get to that dude, and we didn't know where he was. Are we sure that it's the same thing?
I'm relatively sure it's the same thing because the only reason we were able to get is because you were distracting and I'm pretty sure that the are the same.
Yep.
No, that
Yep.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But Toads, I was
Eyes
kind of spacing out.
exploded. Yeah.
If I can't scry on the voice of tomorrow, then what should I scry on? I can't scry. I need to know where they are to scry adjacent to them.
What if you? Well, I can. If you were to look in on maybe their congregation, someone high up in the church, but not, the guy. Would that give you a sense at least?
I could
I don't think
try.
we know where the-
Because I could describe. I saw the A church, on my day off that one time.
Yes, you saw it was kind of at the bottom of a dungeon. It was just a ritual sacrifice pit kind of thing.
Gross. Right.
And you explained this to us, right? You told us the story like a while ago.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Did you was there anything, was there like a table or very specific implements or like a tool that stood out, like iconography? Do we know like the symbol of the voice of tomorrow?
I don't know that you know the symbol, but you did get a look at their daggers that they were using to sacrifice the person.
Okay.
Oh, Lou, if you can like tell him as much as you know from the story that you told us, and hold on, and I open up my book and I see if I can. If he already knows it, fine. But if not, I'll show him the weave that Tom taught me to like scry adjacent to something.
Oh,
do you remember? Shit, who taught me that? It's in my notes, but it's the thing where it's like, if I looked at Kerr, my brain would explode.
That's
or
right.
they would be able to see back.
Yeah.
So was it?
It must have been Tom. I think it was. Might have been Lou too, but I think it was Tom.
But yeah, if I can help, like, let him know or let Lou know that for like a good scry, he would need something sort of like as specific as possible, and then show him the spell to see if that'll help.
Okay. So Lou,
I was just looking through my notes. There was the Deimos, but we took that.
Yeah, but the two dwarf ladies had daggers that they were using to stab the person. So you could describe those because they looked like standard issue ritual daggers that like you assume all the church members have one kind of thing.
Get it with your robe and your dagger.
Exactly. You get your robe and your dagger. Okay. Then you describe that, and Jake, you show him the kind of scry adjacent spell, which I guess fucking exists. I love it. That's great. Fucking remember these things. That's great. And
I mean, it was a white ink weave. I don't know if there's like an analog in the 5e spellbook for that.
Well, that's just it. The 5e spellbook is a guidebook. The details of which I don't think you guys have completely unraveled. The magic weaving kind of parallel kind of thing.
Okay.
And so as you show him basically this weave, like he does the same thing on the description of the dagger. And as he does this, his eyes go white and they do not explode, which they absolutely would have if you had just let him scry directly on the voice of tomorrow.
Oh my god, can you imagine?
Yeah.
And then Lou would have had to heal his fucking eyeballs and shit.
It's so embarrassing, first of all.
So dumb. How did I fucking forget that happened?
I completely did do. Good job, Galdrick.
Yeah, I know. Really good save. That was about to be a huge shock. But his eyes kind of go white. And his voice kind of goes kind of multi-tonal, kind of. As he says, I see rows of individuals. They're surrounded by mist. I see one of them standing up and holding their dagger. I see an individual standing before him. They are cloaked in a black robe. I see the voice of tomorrow. I see them. They're powerful as great and terrible. They're giving them a task. I see the voice of tomorrow. I see. Hello, friend.
Oh God. Oh
Damn it, we were so
God.
careful.
Oh God.
I see.
I would Slump would immediately turn to Lou and point at the elder and go, and he's like pointing to the elder's head and then looking at Lou and squishing his hands together.
Where are you hiding?
I look at Galdrick and I try and do the anti-magic shell.
Like you
Do you think an anti-magic shell would help keep scrying magic away from us?
So technically, it's supposed to be like a imagine my like zone of truth.
An
Okay,
actual,
it's a dome
yeah,
essentially. So
for like physical
if
magic.
you're within range, it'll cut off everything.
So Lou, you use your anti-magic zone kind of thing?
I would try it.
Yep. Okay. So I think that as kind of the elders' kind of eyes roll back down, they come back black, and then they start bleeding this kind of black ooze down his face. As Volos' voice says,
Where have you run off to?
and then just out of nowhere, you think of that anti-magic zone, and suddenly the elder's eyes go back to normal.
Holy fuck. What a fucking save. Oh my God.
Oh no. Okay.
I look back at Lou. I'm so proud of you.
Anybody need a bless? Everyone feeling okay?
And it's gone.
Slump was feeling pretty bad, not gonna lie.
What?
Yeah.
I take
what
if I
was
have
that?
any kind of scarf left
That
over or
was-
handkerchief, I go up and I try and give it to the guy to wipe his face.
Yeah, so his eyes look
Yeah.
totally normal now, but there is that black ooze kind of on his cheeks a little bit. He takes the handkerchief and he starts kind of wiping his eyes. What on earth was that? That was
Right?
Yeah,
That-
see?
yeah,
that's-
Remember
that's
when
their
we were
leader.
saying there was a thing that could be getting through the doodly? Remember that? Slump members telling you directly. And you
We did tell you.
Your thing's got through
that's
also-
the danger.
That's what.
Yeah,
That's
also
the
sorry
danger.
about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Now he kind of knows your brain, I
Might
guess,
be-
huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be our fault a bit.
Sorry.
Not a lot, but a bit.
That was overwhelming.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't. What can we do to fight against such a force? I don't. We've relied on the forest's magics to protect us for so long. If this voice of tomorrow is this strong, what can we possibly do?
I turn slowly and I look at Lou.
I think. Well, we think that we can help, but we need your help to help.
And as you say that,
We are building an army.
you feel
No.
the sense of Volos as you realize, Lou, that you don't know the spell anti-magic zone well enough to do it.
about
Oh God.
And what you did was absolutely a blast of your planar key magics. And that sense becomes so overwhelming that you see the elder kind of fall to his knee as he says, What is this? Is this the voice?
Sucks.
Is this the voice of tomorrow? What is it?
Should we go? Should we teleport?
Yes, this is the voice of tomorrow. You need to, yeah. Okay. Well,
What do we do?
okay. So give me a recap. What are we feeling right now? We feel him essentially.
You feel Volos being very close. Like the power is stronger than you've felt without being in his actual physical presence. It is absolutely Volos, and he is very nearby.
Oh God.
Okay. All right. So, got nothing.
I
Got
know.
nothing.
What
can
do we
get out of
do?
here. I can get us out of here very quickly, but you're gonna have to trust me there, old man.
Do you know any stronger magic to get things out of the forest or stop them from looking in here?
Can you send us somewhere else? Do you have any mages? You have druids? Use a tree! You have druids! Use a tree! That's a thing!
We,
Destroy the tree, make it stop.
I could take us far away from here. Will that be enough?
Ah!
It'll be a start. Yeah.
It'll be a start.
And he stands up and he points his staff at the wall of the room, which is wooden because you're like inside the base of a tree. And the tree kind of like folds back almost like cloth, like theater curtains opening up side to side.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side, you see a bright, well-lit grassy field. He says, through here.
Come on!
Come
Hustle,
on.
hustle, hustle.
If there are any like guards in the room, because I assume we're not alone with the elder. you
Yes,
know?
that's right. Yeah.
I direct them. I'm like, let's fucking go. You're about to die.
Yeah.
Gotta go right now.
And
I whisper into Slump's ear, they're just fodder.
Just shoot you. Take your time.
as you guys all leave, he raises his staff and this like kind of sonorous gong sound comes from the top of his staff. And you see the kind of guards raise these small medallions which emit the same kind of gong sound. And then outside of the room, further into the kind of elf compound, you hear more of those gongs going off. And he says, everybody will be leaving. We have to go now, though. And
Okay, good.
you all step through the kind of opening in the tree.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Yeah, come on.
the sense is gone as you step through the portal in the tree.
Oh,
So-
great trick, Lynx.
Oh,
Well
yeah.
done. Really well
Okay.
done.
So
You
we
are
gotta talk about
sticking
that.
with us, and we need to stay near trees at all times.
Yeah, trees are our friends.
I forgot about that spell. So druids have a spell that as long as there's a tree
Tree
nearby, they can
stride,
teleport.
boy.
Yep.
Yep. They can teleport to any other tree anywhere on the fucking planet.
Yep, as long
Do
as
they
they've
have to
seen
have
it.
seen the? Damn,
Yeah.
that's good.
As long as
It's like
they've seen the
doors.
tree or have
Yeah.
knowledge of it, I think, they can tree stride from one tree to another.
That is rad.
Oh, God tier right there.
Yeah, travel via plants or something like that. Tree stride is something else. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, transport via plants. And either way, you guys step through the tree and you step outside of another tree, somewhere that you guys do not know. This is completely unrecognized area to you.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Where
So
are we?
maybe we should explain a few things to you.
That would be very appreciated because
Okay.
what was that? That was terrible.
How far back does your history go?
Well, our history
Where-
goes back many thousands of years.
How many?
I don't know, 100,000.
Okay.
Okay, that's a long time.
Has anyone ever talked about how maybe it's like, sometimes when it rains?
Yes, we are. Yes, Mr. Slump, we are
Yeah,
indeed
yeah.
aware of the fact that it
but-
rains sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Okay.
You're
are.
starting this one off
Oh,
slow,
We've
aren't you, bud?
seen that.
All right.
Slump is like holding his finger up, like there's a good point.
All right. You got it?
Was was that actually it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. Got
All
it.
right, well,
Got it.
we're
Yes.
finding some common ground here.
Oh yes. No, you know what? I think we've both experienced rain before, Mr. Slump.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, listen. You know when there's puddles sometimes?
Yes.
Has anyone long time ago, the angry, cranky tree dogs like you, has anyone thought about how maybe it's kind of like you're in one puddle, but there's other puddles out there that you don't even know are out there because you're in one puddle and you can't see outside of your
I
own?
kind of like open my eyes wide and I look at Lube because this is shit we haven't even told the other guy yet.
Yes, of course. There's other planes of existence. We know all about the plane of fire and the astral sea and the
Oh
plane
yeah,
of
see, he
earth.
knows all about it.
Yes, no,
all
we
about
know.
it.
We know all about
Well,
those.
Oh,
So hey, I have a question if you don't mind. When you were describing what you saw, you said there was a whole bunch of mist. Do you have,
Yes.
like the whole room was just all misty? All the dudes were in the mist?
Oh, it wasn't a room. It was somewhere in a forest.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on. Out of character break. Have we established that Volos and the Voice of Tomorrow are like part of the mist or using the mist, or have we not hashed that out? Because I don't want to jump down this if it's shit we already know.
I don't think we figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think you guys have figured
We
that
haven't
out.
been able to connect the mist to Volos yet.
Okay, doke. Okay, so, dude, You 2,300 years ago was the mist thing, or was that when the leaders started?
That
The
was
mist
when
was already there.
Yeah, the mist was already there. That's when the leaders got their fragments of the key.
Okay, so your history goes way further back than the shit we know. So I want to pick your brain.
Yes.
We know this 2,300 years thing, and so this dude, I point to Azar, he like juiced up these 4 fucks. Three, yep. And they became like the leaders of the shit. But before that, there was this mist.
Yes.
What the fuck do you know about the mist? Because that's like the big puzzle piece that we don't really know how it fits to the other things.
The mist, I mean, it's been here basically forever. I mean, it's always been there. It's been it seems to be like raw magic in some form. It's like a piece of the weave itself that hasn't found its place in the tapestry. It's just a piece of weave that at sometimes seems sentient, other times seems completely innocuous. At one point, it began spewing forth terrible monstrosities, but turned out that was something to do with the outside races. They fixed that, and then, we got our leaders. Well, sorry, they got their leaders. And the mist was calm, and then suddenly the mist started acting strangely again. Much of it has kind of retreated from our forest. It moves in ways we've never seen it move before. We've seen it create monstrosities and send them out of our forest.
Now, the first time you said when their leaders started all the stuff and they were making things, was the mist being used as like a conduit or a pool or I don't know, like I'm losing the words, but like what are they using it to make these things? Or was it truly acting on its own?
I mean, at that point it was quiet. It just sat there. When they got their powers, the mist was completely calm. It had gone through some sort of a tumultuous time, but after that it was absolutely calm. And it just acted more or less like mist, with perhaps hints of a sentience, but that really, it was just mist at that point. And nobody touched it, nobody worked with it. For the most part, people just traveled through it without problem.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Hundreds, thousands of years, it's cool.
Yes.
And then the outside leaders pop up. All
Yes.
of a sudden, it's big dumb shit. Then they chill out, and it's cool for like 2,300 years.
Yes.
And now it's big dumb again.
That's right, and it's stranger now than it's ever been. It's created monstrosities before, and it's been angry, tumultuous, unrest, but never like this. This seems to be malicious and directed.
In the time before the leaders,
Yes.
were there wars, or was the world relatively peaceful?
There was combat and there was strife, but no large wars, really. Nothing like what Jared Kane did in his province, that abomination of eternal war. Nothing like that has ever happened.
Do you think it responds to what's happening around it, or in it, or near it, or on its planet? Like, you guys are super tapped into the forest. Like, this is just a piece of nature, right? If it's been here forever, it's part of the world.
Absolutely.
Does it
I
have
never
a
thought of it
season or
reacting.
respond?
It seems to have some sort of sentience, like there's a thought behind it, but it feels more like it's waiting more than reacting. It doesn't seem to absorb the energies of the outside world as much as it seems to, plot. It's like it's thinking or waiting, it feels like it's a stalking tiger, but
I'm gonna look at Azar, give him the fucking eyeballs.
He just kind of like looks at you back like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And he says, but it's been silent for so long. And every time it's acted up, there's been an explanation for it. When it acted up 2,300 years ago, it was something to do with Azar and with the leaders, something to do with that. And they dealt with it and the mist went back. It did not feel like that was the mist doing it. It felt like something was doing it to the mist. As it feels this time, this does not feel like the mist reaching out. It feels like it wants to be a crouching tiger. But it's actually a hidden dragon. No, that doesn't make any sense. Sorry.
No, I mean, I'm just gonna
more like a really important relic, like a sword, like of destiny or something.
Exactly. But it's got a bit of a green color. It's almost a jade color.
Yeah.
Exactly. No.
My old friend knew of that, by the way. His name was Old Diem Ca.
Oh my god!
I heard he wielded such a sword.
Yes, I hear he cut down a great many foe who took his name at all.
Mostly innocent people, honestly.
Mostly innocent people,
Kind of
really?
indiscriminate, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Anyway, no, this does not feel like it is the will of the mist. At this point, it feels like the mist is being twisted. And
by the voice of tomorrow, I imagine. Okay.
If this voice of tomorrow seems like the only thing powerful enough to twist it, I don't know if it was the voice of tomorrow, also 2,300 years ago. But right now, that's the only power I can imagine being able to twist the mist like that.
Have you ever heard about a set of stones placed in a circle in the city of Rena?
Yes, we are aware of those stones.
What do you know about them?
Not much. We know that they've been here since before us, before time. They've been here since the creation of the world, I think. And we know that Mr. Azar here has taken part in using them for some sort of magics, but we don't really understand them and they don't seem to pose much of a threat, so we've just kind of left them alone.
I mean, leaving them alone was good, but they're definitely a threat.
They seem to belong to or have been used by the voice of tomorrow in the
They're
past.
pretty much his doorbell, and when Azar was like, oh, look at me, use the thing, boop, ding dong, and then he's...
This is a problem.
Totes!
Hey,
Yeah,
guys, this
it's a
is a
lot.
problem. What the hell have you guys got yourselves mixed up with? This is a
It's a
huge
I asked
problem.
myself that
It's a
like
real
daily.
bummer.
Oh my
Yeah.
It's not
goodness.
bad. I've been in worse.
It's a pickle.
What- how have you been in worse?
It's a long story. I'll tell you later. It's a different time.
My goodness.
Well, if and the voice of tomorrow hunting you? Is that why it came into the forests?
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of, it's got a lot of moving parts. Kind of hard to nail one down.
He's
We're
got the
trying to-
magic cube and he's trying to drink us.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
just
he ate my hand. You
Yep,
Goodness.
that did happen.
Terrible.
Goodness. Do you think the forest was protecting you?
Somewhat. A
Uh,
little bit. Maybe, probably not.
it seems like
He
he
just
would
couldn't
have been
find
able.
us.
Yeah, but it seems like he should have been able to. Although, where are we now?
We're on the exact opposite side of the forest. You came in
Oh.
on the northwestern side. We are now on the southeastern side. Usually,
hey.
usually there's a
Are we
lot of
technically
mist
in
around
the
here, but
forest?
what?
Are we technically in the forest?
Oh yes, still in the forest. Oh yes.
Okay.
Still got those good enchantments, then.
Oh yes. No, the enchantments are keeping us nice, well and hidden. Hopefully.
So what do you think we should do? What do you think is the best way forward?
I mean, I can give you charms that contain some small fragment of the enchantment of the forest if you think that will help.
Well, probably fucking not, because he found us in here once, dickhead.
I mean,
What, am I
Maybe
wrong?
would it hurt? Might
Yeah,
not hurt.
true.
And
That's
anything we can do to protect. I guess the best thing we can do to protect you and your people is to get out of there.
I mean, not to be indelicate, but that would help.
Yeah.
If he's hunting you, then really, the more you're around, the more in danger we are. But at the same time, like you said, if he's out here to destroy everything, then we'd only be buying ourselves more time.
That's right. It's not a solution.
If we can help in any way, please tell us. This is something far beyond anything I expected.
Well, our next step was to go to the Free City. Yeah, I mean, hey, have you heard of any trees there? Just kind of a little blip on over there. Open a door.
Oh, that would be handy. Unfortunately, there's almost no trees around the Free City. It's almost a barren wasteland around it. They've ravaged much of the beauty that was the grasslands around it.
Oh dear.
But I can give you these charms. They should protect you against being sought to some degree. But obviously, I guess if you draw too much attention, they'll still find you.
Maybe that's something. I'm a cleric. Yake here is a wizard. And then Galdrick here, he's a paladin. And Slump here is a punchy boy. I mean, can you teach us any like cool tricks that we could take along with us?
I don't think I can teach you any magics before you go, but I do have some gifts I could give you.
Oh my.
It's not hair, is it?
You see, like his hand was like almost to his head. He's like, oh, is that not
That's weird.
something
No,
that you would
it's
like?
fucking
Thank
weird.
you so
Nah,
much, but
that's
no,
fucking
no
weird,
thank
man.
you.
Oh,
What
But thank
the
you.
fuck is
No,
with that?
thank you.
Why the fuck is that a gift? Who wants that?
It
Who
might-
looks at that and
it
goes,
might
oh,
have
thank
magic in it. I don't know.
You.
What
Aren't
if
you
it
a
has
fucking
magic?
wizard? What do you mean maybe it has magic? What
I
do you
don't
know
know.
that?
I've got lots of magic. Maybe the hair has some magic in it.
Oh, God. No.
I don't- I
no
can-
hair, please.
All right.
Yep. Thanks, though.
But I do have some other items I could give you. Let's see. What have I got? What have I got here? He kind of like pulls out a big burlap sack. He pulls out an orb, maybe kind of like cantaloupe sized, and he says, "This is the Paladins Tear, and Mr. Galdrick, I think you should have this.
Thank you.
Once per day, you can look through this orb, and any person that's in your line of sight, you can see and hear through their eyes and ears, as if you were them."
Oh. Wow. Well, I slowly look at the camera, the DM. Are you sure?
I did. Honestly,
You sure?
it's the least powerful thing I could find in my list.
Oh, I
I
definitely.
like how he's targeting you.
What did he get?
It lets you see people as long as you can see people.
And basically, if you can see someone, you can look through the orb and see through their eyes and hear through their ears. So if you want to kind of eavesdrop from a mile away, you can just look at them and eavesdrop kind of thing.
Wow. That's pretty sick.
It's useless, but trust me, I'm gonna find so many good rolls for this, and you're gonna be like, God, it breaks. It breaks.
Yep.
You broke. You used it too many times. It
I'm
broke.
basically planning for that. Then he goes to you, Jake, and he says, "For you, Jake, I've got this lucky coin.
Neat.
It always lands tails up.
Okay.
Tails never fails. And maybe just don't place it heads up. Just maybe don't ever place it heads up.
Oh, that's not ominous at all. Okay.
Just don't do it. I don't know what happens because I was told to never do it. I'm just passing along the message. Don't do it. So Don't do it.
But wait, if it always lands tails up, how do you place its fate?
I'm just
Like-
like if you like place it on the ground and just turn it over, then it would be heads up, and that would be something bad, I guess. I'm not really sure. We were just told, don't do it. So, don't do it. Got it?
Oh, I really want something to just grab it out of his hand and
No,
fucking
I don't know what happened.
slap that bad boy.
And let's see now. For you, Lou, I've got these rose-tinted goggles. They're quite pretty, and once per day you can put them on your face, and they'll show you a view of basically what you're looking at, but 1 hour into the past.
What? Oh, well, I mean,
And they
Yes,
also make everything look
marginally
kind of
useful.
pink.
That's very nice. Hey, do you think we could combine that with the the cantaloupe of hearing?
Wow, that's a combination I hadn't thought of. Sure hope that doesn't break anything. And to you, Slump,
yeah.
I give you all of my hair.
No, please, God. Please, God, no. Please.
Here, no, of course not. For you,
A coin
Slump,
that always lands face up. Don't mix them up.
for you, I've got these. I've quite cleverly named them the Impossibolas.
Okay.
It's a set of bolas that are
Okay.
almost impossible to untangle when you throw them at someone.
Oh, okay.
You throw and you add your strength modifier, which is a crazy thing that I just said.
Okay.
And if it hits, they'll be basically wrapped up and stunned for 2 turns.
Oh, well, that helps because Slump doesn't know what he's talking about, but he was told to add +1 to his modifier when he leveled up, and then he got +2 stat points, which we also put into it. So now he has +10 strength.
Wow, that's a lot. Wow, Slump, I've got to tell you, that's going to be a big problem for most of the things for me coming up. Boy, that's going to be something to kind of handle.
It's a real bummer there.
Hey, maybe I take those back, actually. I've got something else. I've got this jar of oxygen that just has oxygen in it. Maybe you take this instead.
As he's saying this, Slump is like pulling the bolas out of his hand.
No.
He's kind of like holding on to his, holding just a jar in his other hand. How about this jar of oxygen? It's got air in
Slump,
it. You can breathe oxygen. Maybe you just take the jar. Okay. All right. Well, I guess you've got the Impossibolas then.
All right, thanks.
All right. Big
Because they're
mistake.
going to be impossible for me to miss.
Oh, great. Somehow, somewhere, someone controlling me really hopes you're too high to remember having this item.
Well, let me tell you this. There's a good chance of that.
Siri, show me monsters without legs.
Yeah, exactly. Well, these items should help you along with the charms, and he passes you these small kind of metal charms that you saw the guards pull out that made that kind of gong sound. And he says, these charms should make you difficult to track. It's a small piece of the forest's magic.
Oh, that's pretty fucking lame.
Thank you we really appreciate
Okay, but you
it.
also
Thank
got the
so much.
Impossibola, so maybe you don't complain too much, Mr. Plus 10 strength.
Pretty fucking stupid if you ask me.
Okay, I'll just take the
No,
Impossibolas back
no,
then.
come on. Okay, fine. I changed my mind. Thank you. Thank you.
If there's anything else the wood elves of the forest can do for you, please walk into the forest, raise your charm up, and think of us. The gong sound will emanate, and someone from our collective will find you.
Can you take us to the Free City?
Oh, yeah, sure. That's not too hard.
Oh, great.
It's basically right through here.
Oh, but hey, before we go, I just want to say thank you so much for these gifts. And I feel bad not giving anything to you. So here, if you want some of my hair,
I pull out
Oh.
some here.
Yeah,
Oh.
see?
That's really
It's nice.
unnerving to watch someone do.
Yeah, isn't
Oh, well,
it fucked?
I've never
When in
watched someone
forest.
else do that.
Isn't that fucked up?
That's kind of
Can I
fucked
share?
up.
Do you want that? Do you want her hair?
Not really.
Yeah, so?
Wow.
I already
There you
pulled
go.
it out.
No, that I'll
Oh,
take it. No, I
God.
appreciate the gesture. I'll take it.
Oh, God.
It's just, wow, that's really not something I was.
That's going to be worth a lot of money one day.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Understood.
You keep that in
Thank-
like a little bottle or something.
Yep. Oh, I'll
Yeah.
do something with it, all
Just
right.
Put it in
Wait,
your pocket
what are
for
you
a
gonna
rainy
hang
day.
on? You're not into like necromancy or anything, right?
Oh,
What? What? Make a copy of you with your hair? No. What's polyjuice potion, anyways? No, I won't do anything weird with it. I'll probably put it on a shelf and forget about it. Totally honest. I don't really know what I'd do with some hair.
I mean,
It's
yeah.
a pretty useless gift. I kind of feel bad for all the times that we've given other people our hair. It doesn't even make sense.
It's a memento. You put it in a locket and then you
Oh.
carry on.
All right, understood. Well, thank you very much. I'll show you to the free city.
All right. Let's
Thank
do
you.
this. Holy shit. I look at the entire party. We're making progress.
Oh, damn.
So much stuff.
I think of noodles.
Oh my god.
When I asked about the cube that drinks us, did he say anything? Did we ask about that? Did he know about it? I forget.
You kind of mentioned it, and he had no. I mean, he was just kind of like shocked and appalled that there's a cube that drinks people. It just
Okay,
looked
cool.
like no recognition
Same.
on his face. Yep. And he helps to navigate you through the forest, and now you are approaching the free city from the southeast, which is something I totally planned on and definitely have things ready for.
This is the easy side, where it's just like
Yeah.
food carts all the way along. No enemies.
So eventually you make your way to the edge of the forest, and the elder Lynx kind of stops at the edge of the forest and says, "This is as far as I go. Now, you're just going to want to head straight in this direction. There's no more magic, no more enchantments, nothing that should get you turned around. You just head straight in this direction and you'll see the free city. It's enormous and it's the only structure. So when you see it, you'll know. And until we see each other again, I hope you prevail over whatever this voice of tomorrow is."
Same.
Yeah, thank you.
Slump hopes so too.
And
Thanks.
It was an honor to meet you. Keep your mind guarded.
I will try. And you guys find yourselves in a huge open grassy savanna. And you're kind of just walking through the fields of the savanna for a while until you find an extremely well-worn road. It looks like carts go over this lots of times. Horses travel back and forth from it all the time. And there's just this huge wide swath where grass no longer grows. And the land here is very flat. You travel for maybe 3 or 4 hours, and it's just flat as far as the eye can see. There's a tree here and there way off in the distance, but eventually the grass kind of dies, the trees no longer grow, and way off in the distance you can see some sort of structure where the kind of grasslands extends into the distance. It looks like it's more than a day's ride away. And you guys have your horses, by the way. And so you're not going to get there in this day, but you can see something. And I think you guys travel for the rest of the day. Is there anything you guys would like to do before the kind of you guys set up camp for the evening?
I don't think so.
Yeah, not that I can think of.
Okay.
Just a quick reminder. I don't know if we've discussed this, but what are we doing in the free city again?
Basically, Azar wants to get the body, the notes about where
That's right. Yeah, because he said it was so long ago that he forgot where it was.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No. Not that I can't really. Can Slump stay on guard?
Yes, that was what I was going to say, is
Okay.
that when you guys set up camp, someone can stay guard if they would like.
Yeah, I'll say Slump.
Okay.
Thank you, Slam.
Yeah, Slump will smash anything that comes in, and unless anyone objects, Slump probably gonna eat it too. So, if it's a rabbit or a bear or a person or a child, Slump's probably gonna eat it.
My God.
Whether or not
Right?
they're hostile.
Yeah, well, Slump's not really gonna give him a chance. If he sees him, that goes their head, and then he's gonna eat him.
My
Alright?
God.
It's your choice. You want to be safe or do you want to be friendly? You only get one.
Oh.
Wipe them out.
You got it, Mr. Teeny Tot.
We are on a timeline.
And when you guys make camp, as you guys are kind of like setting up tents and starting a fire, Azar starts telling you guys about the free city. And he says, the free city is not a kind place. It's called the free city because it has no singular ruler. There's no one who is in charge there. There's basically, the city's divided into areas, kind of smaller towns inside of the city itself. The city is almost like an enormous coliseum, and inside are divided communities, divided smaller towns within it. And the towns are run by local gangs that are known as swords. And the swords change all the time. The current sword of each area generally has a statue in the center of the town to know what kind of toll you're going to need to pay in that town, what to expect of trying to survive in that town. But the free city is not really free in the way it sounds. If you like the way any one town is run by the swords governing it, then that's good, but it's not a safe place. The swords, when I was last there were 4 swords. There were the, let's see, in the West Town, there were the Red Dabbits. Let's see, in the South Town, there were the Sogov. In East Town, there were the Iron Maidens. And there's one group in North Town that everyone else kind of has to pay tribute to. They kind of run everything because they control the grain and the bread. And they're called the Dodo Boys, but they're not just boys. They're really quite scary folks.
Men. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well,
Yes.
what, aren't they?
I mean, they are.
Well,
Yeah, yes, they are.
There
They
you
are.
go. There
Indeed,
you fucking
yes.
go,
Yes.
asshole.
So, just so you know, there's going to be a couple different gangs, or swords as they like to be called, when you're there.
Now, just to be sure, you're saying that it's called the Free City,
Yes,
but it's not actually free. That just means that there's no governing authority.
exactly.
So different bands of people create their own authority.
Yes.
Some of those call themselves swords.
Yes. Well, they're all
And
known
they're-
as swords, kind of thing.
Everybody in the city.
Like all the
You're a
gangs are
sword.
called
I'm a
swords.
sword. We're both swords.
The gangs are swords.
We're sword. Are you a sword?
I mean, I'm not in a gang.
Was that something that a sword would say?
Slump like starts clenching his fists.
I mean, you know what? A sword might actually say that.
Okay, Slump understands.
Yeah, basically there's gangs inside that basically are ruling their own little towns.
Okay.
What kind of things will we need as tribute?
Let's see. The Red Dabbits kind of like, well, basically just money. They're basically just thieves. They like money, lots of money, any money you have. The Sogov generally deal with drugs, any sort of mind-altering substances, any sort of illicit materials, illegal potion-making stuff. That's what the Sogov generally deal with. The Iron Maidens mostly deal with weapons, They trade weapons. They trade kind of siege schematics, but they're mostly about weapons. And the Dodo boys basically trade dough. To be totally blunt about it. They
Just a bunch of sourdough starters.
mostly sourdough starters, trays of dough, that
Right.
kind of thing.
That's weird.
It's a little bit weird, but they're the only ones controlling the food, so that's who they
There we
are.
go.
So just so you guys know, when we go there, we'll be entering through there's no southeast entrance, so I guess we'll be going in through the southwest. So I guess we'll be probably seeing red dabbits when we come in pretty quick.
Run those by us just one more time. This sounds like something we probably shouldn't fuck up. Run them by one more time. Cole's notes on each.
Yep. Basically,
Goldrick
there's
stops listening intently.
red dabbits who like money.
Okay.
There's
Direction.
They're in West Town.
Okay.
There's the Swords of South Town are the Sogov.
Okay.
They like drugs. The Swords
Okay.
of East Town are the Iron Maidens. They like weapons.
Okay.
And then the Swords of the North Town are the Dodo boys who mainly just trade in dough. They control the bread of the town, and they take tribute from all other swords. They take weapons from the Iron Maidens. They take drugs from the Sogov. They take money from the Red Dabbits, and they trade it for bread.
What is so special about their bread?
It's basically the only guaranteed food that the town gets. Sometimes the other swords will trade their money and drugs and weapons for small amounts of food, but it's not enough to feed their whole towns. The only ones with enough food for the whole town are the Dodo boys, so everyone pays tribute to them.
Oh, hey, Lou. I started flipping through my spell book. Can't you just make, like, magic food?
You know I can make magic food.
I don't know if I can do that, though. Hold on. I'm going to go through my book.
Boy, I really hope you can't. I gotta tell you, that's gonna throw a big wrench in mostly everything that I have
It's not-
coming up.
I know what they're talking about. It's not very good.
Okay, that's
It's hey, it's. I
It's
mean,
sustainable, but it tastes like a wet sponge.
okay.
Well, yeah,
But it is
but if
food.
there's 45 pounds of wet sponge, though, it's
Yeah.
pretty
Oh
good.
wait,
It
you
is a
can
lot
create
of
45
fucking food.
pounds of food?
Yes.
Mhm, Yep.
I don't think that spell works inside the city limits. There's
Oh,
some sort
that's
of weird
weird.
spell.
Do you
I think
also
it's like
have,
an
good berries?
anti-food magic spell on the exterior of the
That's
town.
okay. It lasts forever. We can just cast it right here, make it, and we can carry it into the town.
That's
a good
so
idea.
weird. It's like it vaporizes magic food when you go in.
Wow,
the
I just thought,
craziest
why do
thing.
people live there?
Yeah,
Just
no, it's
rip
totally
the Band-Aid
weird.
off there.
And it's like you can't even create it like a day away. Like you couldn't even eat it a day away. The anti-food magic barrier extends so far. You
Who would do this? This is a total voice of tomorrow.
Well, I don't know
move.
why, but I'm offended right now.
What a weird thing to say. This is totally normal magic.
Yep.
Mr. I have wings and an orb that lets me see into other people's eyes.
Dude, I wonder how much that lumbar bread would be worth, because it's, like, super magic.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that stuff's
yeah.
also just expired. They gave us the expired stuff. Oh no.
So rude.
Damn, it's almost like anything that could avoid the mechanics I've set up just does. It seems like they're all breaking out here. What a weird thing to have happen.
Don't worry, we still have the Godspell peanut butter sandwich. Which work in any fucking plane of existence. So don't worry, we'll be okay. At least we'll always have that.
Exactly. At least you'll always have that.
Yeah.
I don't like
Yeah.
the tone of the way.
But then all of a sudden,
No,
we're
stop
not gonna
it.
use it.
Volos shows
Stop. No, I will leave the campaign if you steal his peanut butter sandwiches. Do you fucking understand me? Okay. Because I know you're about to be like, and you see a little tiny portal come out with a mysterious, creepy hand. Just grab his
Yoink.
peanut butter sandwich container and take it into the nether. And the portal closes. No one saw it.
I mean, oh no, I just remembered. Everyone in the free city has a terrible peanut allergy.
There you go. See,
Oh,
that's much
dear.
better. Okay,
It's
there we
what
go.
it's weird. I think it's just years of inbreeding inside of the city.
Oh, God.
That's so weird.
It's
wow.
just peanut allergies everywhere in there. Actually, you know what? There's one person with a really bad peanut allergy, and he's super important. So it's illegal.
Everyone, out of respect.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's illegal in there.
Hey, what if I were to cast Purify Food and Drink on a peanut butter sandwich?
Boy.
Would that be okay?
I think you guys
It
have way
removes
too many
poison,
spells.
So.
I mean, don't even worry about that. Now I just have like a biological weapon, and I can kill important dude with the sandwich.
Boy, I wonder how much longer you guys are gonna be in this ink until you move on, and I can fucking wipe the slate clean.
That's
God,
a really
I hate
weird
this.
thing for you to say.
It's a weird thing for me to say.
Listen. I put my hand on the camera. You know we're not going to abuse it. Just trust us. Come on. Have we ever done you wrong?
No, of course not.
Besides those 2 times, come on. Come on. Let's just head on into that free city. All right.
Well, I just wanted to let you guys know what was happening in the free city. Just watch out for the swords, okay? And just understand what you're kind of getting into. We're gonna basically my lair is at the it's in the basement of the Dodo Boys
maybe
main
we
building.
don't call it the lair.
I'm sorry.
From
Yeah, no, that
one
was
dude
wrong
who's
choice of words. Wrong. That's my mistake. My last homely home is beneath the kind of main bakery of the Dodo Boys.
Wait, are you a Dodo boy?
Am I a Dodo boy? No. I've been around way before the Dodo Boys showed up.
Was your house there and they just built it on top of?
Yes.
Interesting.
I thought it was a good spot. Apparently, so did they.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, what's the
okay,
bakery called?
I guess total honesty time.
Uh-oh.
I kind of nudged them to be there because they looked like they were going to be in control, and I figured if I was going to have my house below anyone, probably be the people who are in control.
That's
I
fair.
bet
It
it
sounds
smells
like
good,
everyone
too.
else changes all the time. Yeah, no, it's a good move.
Yeah. What was the question?
Oh, I just said I bet it smells really good too, because they're always making.
Oh,
bread.
yeah, smells lovely, like fresh bread 24/7.
How strange to have like bad guys, but they're bakers. You know what I mean? It's hard to have a sinister dough.
You
mean-
just wait till you see them. They kind of, they're like, when they're kind of forming their bread balls, they kind of throw them up and down in unison. It's really intimidating. But yeah, so I just thought you guys should know, you know, what you were in for when we got there.
Where do they get all their wheat or like whatever grain they use? Because I like just wave my hand and it's a desolate, like it was grasslands up to a point and then it's just fucking wasteland, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I think they're the only ones with a trade set up with the outside kind of grain trade.
Oh.
They've kind of got a monopoly on the grain trade.
neat. Okay,
Well,
cool. I'm gonna
alright.
start casting a really long spell now. Everybody have fun.
But yes, okay. Well, anyways, it's time to go to bed now.
Oh, okay. Good night.
Okay, good night.
Okay, good night.
Good
No, we're
night,
doing anything
love
weird.
you.
I'm gonna try not
Love
to
you.
cast any big magic in my sleep.
Okay, so is there anything you guys would like to do before the kind of night and the sleep and slumps watch comes over you?
Yeah, hold on, I forgot the name of the spell.
Are you gonna make the fucking house
I'm
again?
making a more powerful but more smaller version, so it's not the whole party, so I don't mess up your like night encounters. So Private Sanctum, and I'm gonna make it small, so it's just mine.
I mean,
Jake's bunker, but a pocket bunker.
It
That's
is
very
my
good.
bunker. Yes.
Jake's bunker once again, and the rest of you kind of are out in the open, in the wild, dangerous grasslands. Slump, why don't you roll a perception check? Roll plus wisdom.
All right.
That's also plus 10, I think, right? I think so.
Yeah, that's
No.
0.
Thank God. I gotta take advantage of what
Yes!
the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Slump is so observant.
My God. Slump, what you see with an 18 perception is a beautiful night.
Oh,
No ambushes. Nothing. It's not like you saw something and prepared for it. There was nothing. No encounters planned. Just a beautiful, beautiful night sky. You see all the stars up above. The wind is kind of warm, and it blows gently across the grasslands. And you just kind of hear the wind rustling through the grass. You see the trees up above, or the stars up above, and I guess there's trees up there too. Somehow.
Constellations.
The floating trees. Oh wait, those are clouds.
okay.
And it's just a really, really nice night.
Oh, okay.
And the next morning comes, and you all wake up.
Can I have like a minute
Yep.
before we sleep?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm in my private sanctum, and I have a whole bunch of spell slots, and I'm bored.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna start casting Find Familiar a whole bunch of times. So I have a bunch of my little spider buddies,
Okay. Yep.
Oh.
and I'm gonna focus really hard and see if I can do like a weave that's somewhere between Find Familiar and Phantom Steed.
Yeah.
And see if I can make all my little spiders have horse bus heads, and see if I can have a chat with them.
Oh my God.
And I have 5 slots left after something I cast, which I don't remember, and this spell. So I just make 5 Find Familiar / Phantom Steeds. Just see if we can have a chat.
Okay, so you want 5 little spiders with horse bus heads on them?
I love that. That's horrible. That's a very bad image.
I just know there's gonna be fucking fan art of this.
It's been a while since I went back to my spider roots, and we talked about me being friends with Spider Lady last time and having the
Yeah.
fucking rug pulled out from under me. So just reminiscing a little bit.
And as you're kind of just looking at these little spider buddies with their little horse buddy heads, they kind of all look up to you and kind of in unison say, "Hey there, big buddy."
Hey, little buddy. It's been a while. You doing good?
I'm doing pretty good. The plans didn't go quite as we kind of expected the first time, but I'm
Oh,
doing
shit.
pretty good.
Weren't you supposed to like take over for Saloon and hang out with Torm and those dudes?
Exactly. I was supposed to be the new god of life, but things kind of went sideways there, and well, I'm not the Saloon. I'm just still just big horse buddy up here.
Oh dang! Are they like gonna take another whack at it? Like what's going on? Are you good?
Well, I'm just kind of hanging out, riding around with some of the dead people, and waiting for an opening in the gods. You know, I'll just kind of take up whoever keels over next.
Oh no, that's solid. I mean, hey, are you like next in line? Is everybody else a big punk baby and you're like super strong?
Yeah, well, I wasn't next in line, but after I was done with them, I certainly was.
Well, that was ominous, but cool.
It's okay,
What did
little buddy. I just made sure that I'm next in line. How are you guys doing?
No, we're pretty good. The dude that we aren't supposed to say the name of, you know, he's like a big butt. But like you know all about him, right?
Yeah, I don't really know all that much about him, but he sure seems to be stirring up all kinds of trouble down there.
Yeah, he's big dumb. He's got a whole bunch of followers and shit. Like, are they mucking up stuff with everybody else up there? You know, on the other side of the gate.
Yeah, they're kind of throwing things into disarray a little bit. I had a whole bunch of passengers just a little while ago, and I think it was because of him.
Oh dang!
It was
So wait.
like 30,000 people inside my tum-tum all at once.
Oh, so are you like taking? Are you okay? You're just tooting people around when they beef it?
Yeah, they're on their way over to the, well, I don't know what it's called, but I kind of scoop them up with my mouth and go for a ride for a little while. I learn all about their stories and their lives, and then I just kind of let them go.
Neat. So were these dudes like a whole bunch of the cultists of the voice?
No,
Or
they were like
followers, or...
super old. They were like super old. It was weird.
Oh shit! Were they a bunch of like elfies from the forest?
They didn't look too elf-like. They looked kind of like mostly people. And they were like hundreds of years old.
Oh, weird. Do you know where they came from? I don't know. Like,
No, I don't.
Did they rhyme with Flal and Bluel?
They didn't give me any names.
Did they have any tongues?
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I got a bunch of those guys. They were real creepy. They wouldn't talk at all. I just rode them around for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
That sounds nice.
But they didn't say anything, so I just kind of let them go.
Sweet. I mean, like, are you cool with that? Are you digging the job? Like, is it fulfilling work, or do you want to come back over here?
I mean, it's kind of nice. It's a little bit boring. I really was kind of keen on becoming a god. But that's okay. I'll just be patient and wait my turn. Or, maybe I'll create an opening.
You know what, buddy? I don't like it when you say stuff like that last thing, but I get it, and I'm super proud of you.
Oh, that means so much. You're like my big daddy.
Yep. I am the proud papa. And you know what? Hey, when you turn into some kind of crazy big deity, they really don't want me, like, helping you out. But, I'm super proud of you, and I will help you if I can.
Of course. And you let me know, Big Daddy, if you ever need a hand. I can come help you. You need someone stomped into the dirt? I'll stomp them into the dirt. You want someone kicked in the head? Or eaten? Or scooped up and squeezed inside my tum-tum? You want me to eat an entire army, Big Daddy? I'll eat them all for you. You just let me know.
Okie dokie. Good night.
Good night, Big Daddy. I love you.
He's so fun.
And then I'll just let the spiders do whatever they want to do for their duration, and I'll crash.
I think like as they're like their spider heads turn in, or their horse bus heads turn into spider heads. You see them all like trying to pull their faces off. And the night ends. The morning comes. And you guys begin to make your final trek towards the Free City. As you approach it, you see that it does look very much like what Azar was kind of describing. The outer walls look like... Where are you guys? You're up here? Here we go.
Ooh.
We have a map of this one. Huge thanks to Bacon Dono for the awesome map.
Nice one, Bacon.
Big map of the Free City. You guys aren't actually at this yet. You're kind of arriving, and what you see is this giant cylindrical building that looks kind of like a coliseum. And on the outside, you see a large gate. I'll put you guys on the outside of the gate. Okay, outer walls look like an enormous coliseum, made of stone, towering dozens of stories tall, made of a brownish graying stone. And it doesn't look like it's holding together very well. It doesn't look like this was brand new, just made right now or anything like that. It looks very ancient, hundreds and hundreds of years old, maybe thousands. And there is a large archway that you guys are approaching from. You were kind of coming from the southeast, but there was no entry there, so you kind of had to adjust and go to the southwest. And you actually see kind of a line of carts heading into the city itself. And you see a couple guards standing outside the archway, stopping all the carts and all the people going in. They're wearing kind of light leathers and cloth, wielding large clubs with nails driven through them. And they're very obviously thugs. Like, these are not some sort of official scanning party or anything like that. They're just thugs who look like they're taking things from people before they go into the city. Yeah, you guys are kind of maybe 5 or 6 carts down the line. What would you guys like to do?
We got some,
like sticking his arms, like trying to stick his arms like he's pretending to be a tough guy.
we got some up
are you
there.
doing?
You
What are you doing?
Listen, we got some-
okay. No,
you know?
okay. No, I got it. No, I see what
know?
yeah, I already said.
You know?
I already said yes.
Okay.
Okay, now you're just doing
What
it
are
to
we
do
gonna-
it. Now you're just doing it to do it. Now you're just doing it to do it again.
Hey.
What?
Shut your fucking mouth. Shut the fuck up. Now what are we gonna do?
I'm gonna
Slap
kick
him.
my foot over side saddle and go, hey, Goldrick.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, that is so fun. I like that. Oh, man. I didn't mean to make you mad. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say it. You guys say it all the time. I never say it. I just want to say it.
So Galdrick is very offended a little bit. Okay. All right. And so there's obviously a gate and then there's the big fucking walls, right?
Yep, exactly.
I just want to run through the wall. Say, fine, see you on the other side. And I run through the wall.
Oh my god.
Bye. Oh, no, guards. That man is magic. What is going on?
So you guys are like enough carts away that actually, Galdrick.
Yeah.
Make a stealth check.
Okay, so the first thing I want to do, because you said that these guys are taking things, is I take the tier of the paladin.
Yeah.
And the first thing I do is I put it in my pocket.
Awesome.
Okay.
Because I can lose everything else, but that's it seems kind of neat. So I want to see.
Yep.
Because let's face it, I'm gonna fail this.
Wow.
It's a new era.
We're
Force
living in
my
a new. Okay. Okay. So you walk through the wall, and it's fucking huge. And you wind up inside of a town, a city that you don't understand and don't recognize. And we're gonna unpack that. And where exactly?
I would say that after I go through the wall, I kind of want to get my bearings and go to the other side of the gate.
Yeah,
I'm
that
just
makes
over here,
sense.
and I'm like,
Yep.
hey guys.
That makes perfect sense. Okay. Yep. With the fucking 16 stealth roll, nobody fucking sees you do this weird thing. And before they know it, you're inside on the other side of the wall.
I mean, luckily for me, I am 3 feet tall, so I don't really stick out.
Yeah, that's true.
Helps.
Are there
Okay.
a line of carts queued up to get in, or?
Yeah, there's maybe 4 carts now before
So
you
as
guys.
soon as he drops to ground level, he's just gone. The
Yeah,
carts are
exactly.
That's
Yep.
true.
Yep. What would the rest of you like to do?
Yeah, also try and
Sick.
hide valuables as much as possible, but we don't have that void pocket.
How close are we up to the thugs now?
You're maybe 4 carts away.
Okay. I have an idea of what I want to do once we're in the city, so I'm going to keep that one in the pocket for now, and instead, I guess
Sorry,
Slump is just going to wait out, just basically observe and wait for us to get closer to the thugs.
Sure, that's fair. Jake, what were you gonna say?
How many were there at the front that are shaking people down?
2 guards.
Okay, and beyond that's just 2 guards who are being dickholes.
Yep.
And then past that, you're in.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, sweet.
Yep. And it's 3 carts, and it's 2 carts.
Once we get close enough that I can see both their faces,
Yeah.
I'll hold action to do the spell that I'm currently looking for, where I'm pretty sure we're just friends and I'm trying to fucking find it.
I think it's just called
Damn
friends.
Maybe.
You can cast it on multiple people? Yeah, I think you probably can. At the high level that you can cast it at.
Well, I can't find fucking friends, but dominate person I can cast, which is way more aggressive. with the same shit.
Yeah.
Charm for duration. Sorry, go ahead, Lou. I'm just reading.
If we can plot on the way there, I think I have friends if that helps. Yeah, I have fast friends.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. This one only affects one person unless I cast it at a higher level that I don't have access to.
Okay.
Mine does yeah, I can target more than one person.
Okay. And what does it do?
I'm just thinking, do I need to read the whole thing or can I? Well, when it ends, the creature knows that it was charmed by me. When I need to make sure something gets done, and I can't rely on promises, cast a spell, choose a humanoid.
Ooh,
They gotta
we probably
pass a
don't want them
wisdom.
to know though.
That's true.
So I can do modify memory to the one that looks like it's in charge maybe, and just be like, oh yeah, they paid, they're good, and just leave it at that because I don't think mine lets them know that they.
Yeah,
were
that
fucked
makes
with.
sense. And this one is really just so that they do a task for us, rather than like, making them like us.
Okay, yeah. So I can do modify memory and just it'll say that like we've been here before within the last 24 hours because that's my limit,
Mhm.
and that we already paid up. Whoever looks in charge, I'll cast it on them. We've already been in. We've already paid up. They're cool. Don't worry about it. Just keep it simple.
Do you need to touch them for modify memory?
No, 30 feet. 30 feet concentration action. That's
Okay. Okay, roll stealth at advantage because I assume you're going to do this like when you're at 30 feet and maybe they're already busy with another cart kind of thing, so
Sure.
they're not like looking at you, but let's just see if they notice you fucking waving your arms around and casting a spell.
Okay. And my ninja peanut butter knife, does that give me advantage on dex crap?
Yep. Oh my god. Okay.
16.
Yep. That fucking does it.
Cool. Nothing crazy. Just we've already been here. We've already paid. They're cool. To whichever one look.
Okay, so I mean, they both kind of look like equally, like they don't even look like they're kind of working together. It's kind of like one's on the left-hand side, one's on the right-hand side, and like the one on the left-hand side is kind of taking all the shit from the left-hand side, and the right-hand guy is taking all the shit from the right-hand side. They're not really communicating. They're just kind of both
Okay.
shaking down everybody.
Do either of them have like a bag or a like book or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, they've got a couple things that they've taken from other people. They probably have bags and books and all that.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Okay. Well, fuck it. Whichever one is on like the opposite side from me. So
Okay.
that, like, Lou shields me.
I gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you're probably sitting on like the right hand. You're probably like on the right hand horse, and so you get the guy on the left. And when you guys finally make your way up there, the guy on the right, who's like right beside you, Jake, kind of like grabs you by the scruff of the neck. He's like, "Oi, what you got for tribute?" And the other guy's like, "Oh wait, these ones already paid. They can go in. They paid yesterday." The guy's like, "Well, I don't remember them. Oh wait, I wasn't on shift. Oh, what did they give us? What did you give them in tribute in the memory?"
Oh, dudes. I had
Very,
these
very,
horse
very.
certificates.
What was that?
My unregistered license plates turned into horse certificates.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, dudes, we had all those horse papers, and you were like, oh, we need some stuff, and I was like, I've got these horse papers, and you were like, okie dokie.
Yeah.
That was-
He had a whole bunch horse papers. They paid with those. He's good to go. Let him go on in. And the other guy kind of like looks you over up and down, kind of looks at all the stuff that you guys very obviously have. And then just kind of like sneers and pushes you and lets you guys go in.
Do you want the sandwich?
I mean, I've been out here for quite a while. I wouldn't mind a sandwich.
No, dude, I know. You get hangry, you're walking, I don't see you have any place to sit, and like your bosses see you sit, and they're like, that's unprofessional. I mean, fuck that shit, dude.
You got
That's
time to
awesome.
lean, you got time to clean. That's what they always say.
Oh, right? Fuck that, dude.
Fuck that. It's all dirt out here. What am I going to clean?
So I'll just like hand him a sandwich from my being side saddle on my giant like jacked horse.
Oh, that's great. That really hits the spot there. Thanks very much. Usually we got to get the dough from the Dodo boys. Really appreciate that.
Oh, totes, no problem, man. I mean, you keep on keeping on. What they say?
Yeah. What's your business in there anyway? What you lot doing inside the Free City today?
Oh, we're looking for some literature. We heard you guys have super good books. We know a good place. We're gonna stop by and get some reading material.
Oh man, we got lots of good reading material. He kind of like winks very obviously and kind of nudges it. The kind with all the really nice pictures in there, huh? I know. He does like a jerk off motion. Good literature.
Oh, totes, yeah. Oh, yeah. With the pictures, and
exactly.
I like I do really bad like close contact magic, I guess, and pull out one of those titty playing cards. I'm not even gonna roll for it. Like I'll just make it bad. It doesn't matter.
I mean, he's dumb, and so like he's like, oh, that's good. You mind if I keep that?
Oh, totes, it'll be signed. It's for you. And Jake the Amazing. There you go.
Jake the Amazing. All right.
No, it's Jake. Hold on.
Oh.
Back it up.
Yeah.
I will take that fucking sandwich back. Jake the Amazing.
Oh, I thought that. I'm sorry. I thought that was your accent making you say all weird. It's Jake.
No, I mean, look. Hold on. I take the time to write around the titties so I don't ruin the card. I
appreciate
take pride
that.
in what I do. So you can say my name right. That would be nice.
Oh, all right. Jake the
Okay,
Amazing.
enjoy the sandwich.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Thank you very much. You enjoy your literature and have a good day.
They seem nice. I don't know what the word was about.
And like as soon as you guys get past, like he grabs the next person, like throws them off the horse. Like, where's your fucking tribute? Pay a fucking tribute.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got nothing. I'll break it out of your fucking kneecaps.
Slump points at him and goes,
I like that guy. Good guy. He knows how to get stuff done.
We have different tastes and personalities.
And you guys enter into the Free City. Hey, stop that music.
Yeah, we did that.
We did a good job, Jake.
Well done. Slump was gonna have to kill them both and eat their heads.
It's a different choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go to page 64. That's $5.
Directly to the mummy.
And inside the Free City, you guys see what is kind of like the inside of a coliseum, like you saw on the outside, except that there are no seats. The walls are straight up and down. It's more like a giant stone cylindrical cage, and it has these large windows that look in. From the outside, the walls were sheer, or like straight up and down. But here there are windows and archways that look down into the city itself. And you can see people walking by inside those archways and windows up above. Some of them are just kind of walking around, some are talking to each other, and others are just kind of leaning over the edge looking into the city below, with some sort of great interest, it seems. You get the idea that everyone here is running some sort of a scheme or scam if they live here, and it is painfully obvious to pick out the people who obviously don't live here. The people who are purchasing things in the market, people who are just looking around, and like you can clear as day see people get pickpocketed or pushed over and roughed up and mugged, and like you can just very obviously see the people who don't normally live here. The city itself has nothing but a rough dirt ground. There's no paving, and the only paths are kind of connecting the shortest routes between places, kind of beaten into the ground by the volume of people. There are quite a few people milling about in here. It does seem like this is a large trade hub between the provinces. Like Izo and Hayland don't trade with each other across the border, but people from Izo and people from Hayland trade with each other inside the walls of the Free City. You also know, or kind of notice, that there is a gate. Just kind of gauging by the like flow of people, there is a gate in the kind of north west, and there is no gates at all to the east, and you saw that from the outsiders too. There's no entrance on the east side of the crossroads. Sorry, the free city. And the area that you've come into has many stalls in an open area which appear to have food of various sorts for sale. None of the food really looks or smells particularly nice, and the people selling the food don't appear particularly clean.
To look or smell particularly
Yeah,
nice.
exactly. Yeah. But you know, it's for sale, and it looks kind of exotic, and it's incredibly expensive. You can hear people haggling the prices, and it like everything here sounds insanely expensive.
Does it just look like street meat? Like it's basically like, you know, street side hot dogs and shit, but they're asking like $19 per hot dog?
Yeah, except the hot dogs, like they're not round, right? It's
Oh,
like,
boy.
Yeah. And it doesn't even look like it's all the same meat. And
Oh,
a lot of
God.
them, like there are like fruit
You
stands.
know it's good.
And the fruit does not look nice.
Oh,
it's
God.
dirty. Some of it's kind of rotten. It does not look like very good food. It looks like food is a bit of a
Bit of a bummer.
bit of a bummer here. Yeah,
Yeah.
bummer. You can see how like freshly baked bread is fucking currency in this city. And then inside the city you see large squared off walls to your right, and kind of in front of you too on the other side of this little market square. Basically these kind of walls sticking out from the south and west of the city that are kind of as Azar kind of points to them. Those are what are encompassing the smaller subsections or the towns within them. And Azar explains about the different like he kind of reiterates about these different towns. They're called like South Town, East Town, West Town, North Town, and about the different gangs that are called swords. Each gang is called, they don't want to be called gangs here. They want to be called
Hey.
swords for whatever reason.
Mr. Zarzar, dog.
Yes.
Do you know which one of these places we should go to first?
Yes, we're going to want to go straight to the Dodo Boys in North Town.
We're gonna
And,
go to the Red Nabbits.
That sounds good.
I don't know if we want to go to the Red Dabbits.
Why? What? Describe them.
They're kind of thievy little fucks, to be totally honest. I mean, I can't really think of a nicer way to say it. They're just a bunch of thieving pickpockets.
I
That's
think we should get in and
boy.
get out.
Yikes. Well, Slump was just saying, well, what are we gonna get from the Doughboys?
Well, we're gonna get entrance into my place so we can get my
'Cause
notes.
Oh, you're in Northtown?
Yeah, my notes are in Northtown with the Dodo Boys.
Okay, well, if we need anyone for backup, we gotta go to the Red Ding Dongs. The Red Ding Dongs.
The Red Dabbits?
Ding Dongs. Right, yep. Slump has a plan.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Would you mind explaining?
Sure.
Maybe just telling me what the plan is a little bit beforehand.
Yes, we go in
Yep.
to the Red Bandits,
Yep.
and we look at them and we say, "Give him his stuff back," and they say, "What?" And then Slump kills as many as he can.
Okay, there's a lot of them. I mean, that's going to be problem number one. There's a lot of them.
Slump's just kidding.
I want to like slap Azar in the shoulder like way too hard.
No, Slump has a plan if we need someone to do our bidding.
And he jiggles the pocket that has the monocle in it.
Oh.
So, just in case you need it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. That actually probably would work with them.
Yeah, there you go.
They're all about that. You know what,
Yeah,
Slump?
See?
That's
See?
really fucking
talking
smart.
shit to me.
That's
Talking some
fucking
shit to me.
smart as hell.
All right, yeah, there you
Fucking shit. Holy
go.
fuck.
Ooh,
Fuck my
I'm
ass,
so
Slump.
surprised.
Fucking
Like,
boy.
pissing shit
Oh.
fuck.
Uh-oh.
Smartest
Uh-oh.
motherfucking
Oh.
ass shit fucking damn hell.
Oh, boy.
Smart fucking
Ooh.
Slump. Holy shit.
Oh man! Wow, that was a real bummer. Okay, you got
all
it. Good shot. Yep.
Good chat. Good chat.
What the fuck just happened?
I know, I don't know.
Okay, and you guys begin making your way through.
Goldrick, how was it when you came in? How was the spot you came in?
Oh, it was fine. It was great.
Oh, good.
No hassle whatsoever.
Nice.
Really good. It's nice. It was good. No one was making fun of me. No one was being mean to me. It was real cool. I
Real
didn't get
brave.
bullied. Yeah, it was real cool.
Yeah.
It was fine. Why is everyone staring at me?
And
Ooh, look at those.
yeah, so eventually you
You're
guys
okay,
kind of
Mr. Teeny Tot.
And I just want Slump to like pick up Galdrick and put him on his shoulders, like force him there.
Oh, I hate
Here.
this. I get comfortable.
No.
I can only imagine that Galdrick starts out kind of looking like melted ice cream on top of you. Melting ice cream in an ice cream cone to start
Mr. Teeny
with.
Tot, why is the sky blue? Can Slump just ask a couple of easy questions?
Sure.
Why do dogs bark at each other?
It's how they communicate.
What happens when we die?
Easy,
well,
easy, good.
that depends on a few large variables, but I can tell you, you're going to go to the good place, and I believe
Nope,
in
you
this.
turn into dirt.
How
You're gonna-
what's the god dog that you're friends with?
God.
Is he capable of anything ever?
Anything.
Is he capable of creating an object so heavy that he can't lift it?
Yes.
Oh, then he's not capable of lifting it.
No, but then he can turn
No,
on if he wants to lift it.
No. Then that means
See,
he
so
always
it's
could.
more of a, he's more of like a, he, no, see, you're
No,
not
no.
letting me finish it. I
Okay.
slap him. I slap him. No, you don't get to ask me a
Okay.
question and then say
Okay.
no.
Okay.
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 You see, because he can create something that he cannot lift, but then if he wishes it so that he can then lift the object, then he can do it.
But if
But
he
he
can't,
doesn't-
if he can't lift it, then for that split second, he's not capable of doing anything.
Yeah.
He's not. So there are some things that he can't do.
Slump.
If you can.
Yes.
I take away his monocle.
Oh!
out.
Feeding butterflies.
No, you've ruined this.
Oh.
I put it back in his pocket.
And
Wait, what were we doing? I forgot.
what are you
We're
guys
going
doing?
to the guy's place to get his notes, and he lives in Northtown.
Okie dokie, let's go.
Yeah.
What are these statues that we're walking by?
Um,
Azar, have you heard of them?
Oh yes, these are the statues that get put up whenever a new sword takes over in a town.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. You did describe them.
Yes. The North Town doesn't get one because it's always the Dodo Boys, but the other ones kind of change all over the place, and they want a big statue of themselves up there, so they put a statue up representing whatever sword's in control of the other towns.
It's a pretty sweet gig for like local artisans though, making the big ass statue like every how often then?
Well, I mean, sometimes it's every week, sometimes it's a year or two. Kind of depends.
Still a pretty sweet gig.
It's not bad. The statues are fucking huge. And you guys eventually make your way past the fountain with the giant statues in it. And I would like everyone to roll plus wisdom.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh shit, you fucking leveled us up and I forgot to add those extra points.
Yeah.
Both in wisdom.
You're now level 12. What do we all get? Everyone gets 2 extra staff points.
Yep.
Oh, what do I put that into? Did I put that into wisdom or do I finally fix my stealth?
Ooh.
I'm gonna put them both into Constitution because I like that Galdrick's a fucking idiot when it comes to his stealth. Okay, it's just me fixing that is just out of character. Okay,
That's
he's
fair.
just
That's
a
very
clumsy
fair.
fucking idiot.
Yep. Okay. Wow. All right. So, wow, a natural one is really tough, man. Oh, that's so tough.
Yeah, hit me with something. Hit me with something.
Yeah. Okay. I will say, don't worry about it. It's a story
Sure.
thing.
Yep.
but I will say that the pocket that Galdrick put your monocle back into is empty.
Oh boy.
And the rest of the rest of you kind of notice fingers going for your pockets, and you kind of swat them away. But unfortunately, Slump, the most super duper fails the check, and like I think the fucking monocle like falls out of your pocket
And like into my boot or something.
Well, like it falls out of your pocket, and someone just like picks it. Like they don't even have to pick your pocket.
Okay.
Like so they pick it up, and the monocle is gone. But don't worry.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Do we see who attempted to lift us? Like what?
Oh, no, I'm just preparing for what I'm gonna do about this. All right. Oh god. Oh god.
You guys see just kind of little kids with grubby fingers and fucking poppers hats and fingerless gloves and fucking
Bunch of Dodgers.
was that?
Bunch of Artful Dodgers.
Yeah, what's the Artful Dodger from?
Oliver.
Oliver, yeah, a bunch of kids from Oliver.
Yeah.
Oliver Twist?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Bunch of kids from Oliver Twist basically show up and try to pick all your pockets, and you kind of smack all their hands away. And Slump is just so distracted that he kind of like just accidentally brushes his own pocket and sends the monocle falling out of his pocket, and a kid picks it up and takes it away, but you guys don't see it.
Okay.
It's just gone.
Okay. So where are we just looking at the gate right now, or what are we looking
basically,
at?
yeah, you're basically coming up to the gate to Northtown. Yep. Which is the Dodo Boys.
Okay. Oh boy.
And as you guys get there, Azar kind of stops you. He's like, "Oh no.
Oh no, what?
What?
We've got a small problem.
What?
You don't have sourdough?
I have not talked with the Dodo Boys for a couple 100 years.
Oh, Azar.
How'd you leave things off when you left?
With
great.
a bunch of people who are super dead by now.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And no one has seen this face in here. I've always
Don't
been
worry.
an old man whenever I show up here. So literally no one recognizes me,
Are
and
there-
I've never talked to anyone in the North Town.
Are there any guards?
Yeah, there's like two guys wearing like baker's aprons and chef hats.
Okay. Slump is gonna look at Azar and rest a hand on his shoulder and like have this slow, really broad, really confident chin up in the air smile from like fucking One Punch Man.
Yeah.
And he's gonna look at Azar and say,
Don't worry. Slump's got this covered.
and the rest of the party sees
Is
him
it
reach
punching?
into the monocle pocket and put nothing onto his eye, and he
Yeah.
walks straight up to the guards and just goes just staring straight at them like he's just said some calculus equation and just like staring at them very proudly.
Like both guards just kind of look straight at you, and their faces just start scrunching up as this sound starts coming out of your face.
I think Slump would like hold his hands up like towards them and then gesture out to the sides like he's making some very philosophical point, and then
Yeah.
his whole face turns red and you can see his lips are puckering really hard before
They both just kind of look at each other and like, "Hey, you lost?"
Slump turns around and looks at the party, and you can like hear the Windows restarting sound effect because he has no capacity to process what's happening. He doesn't understand why he's not smart.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand that he's not wearing a monocle. He doesn't know what to say to the guys, so he's just staring at the party.
That's amazing.
I'm sitting side saddle on my jacked horse, and I just like give him both a thumbs up.
Doing great.
Slump like shrugs his shoulders and just walks back to the party. Doesn't even look at the guards. Doesn't even attempt to explain it. He just walks back to the party.
Azar,
You did a great job.
Azar's like,
Thanks.
that was really good. Now I'll just explain to them what's happened.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, do we
Okay,
want
that's
to?
good. We'll wait.
Oh yeah, you're super
Yeah.
like the 10,000-year-old men. They'll totally believe that.
Exactly.
No
No,
problem.
don't worry. I'll explain the issue, and that'll be fine.
Now hold on. Are you going to explain the issue, or are you going to explain the issue?
I'm just going to go up there and explain the issue.
Here, you know what? I have just the thing.
Yes.
Can I bless the party?
Yeah, you can.
yeah, +2, you bastard.
So +2 to like checks and stuff like that.
+2 to checks is the thing on the character sheet you gave us when we started, but it's different when. No, it's just
Oh,
a
God.
Les.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
So as you cast this bless, and everyone sees this kind of holy glow come over you.
Oh boy.
Man, I apologize. I would just like to say my sincerely bad.
We did all of this just for you to cast. Galdrick looks at you and just says, "What?"
No, hold on. Do we know? Like, do we feel it? Is it coming?
Oh yeah, you can feel it. It feels like a rising tide kind of thing.
Okay, here we go. Can I take a turn before this dumb shit happens?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat on myself, and I'm just gonna go, this dude's house is on fire, all the bread is gonna burn! And then I just bolt. Expeditious Retreat lets me triple sprint.
Okay.
So I just go fast as fuck, and I have like Azar. Oh, should I cast it on my horse instead of me? No, me. And I'll just like drag Azar to keep up with me as quick as I can. And next turn, like maybe I'll cast it on him too. I just want him to take me to the place so we can get his shit as fast as possible.
The gates are closed.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Sorry. Get doors. That'll do it.
you
Son of a.
you get to the doors kind of thing.
Hold on, the doors were closed. Can I alter that and cast Phantom Steed instead and bring Horse Bus into the equation?
Can I roll to help out and punch Lou in the face before she's done casting?
That's great. If someone could do that, I would really appreciate it.
I had no idea a normal spell would do that though.
That's
and
that's
now-
the whole idea.
I guess that did happen in this episode already, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
And
I'm
it's
sorry.
you.
I didn't really process it.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, when you
sorry,
healed
dude.
Galdrick, it kind of brought the attention.
Yeah.
And now when
I
you
don't know
bless the
why, it
party,
just
the attention has
didn't
come
sink
again.
in.
So the spell's cast and the feeling comes, but you want to cast Phantom Steed?
Well,
and
I'm
summon
a
Horse
dumb
Bus?
idiot. I didn't realize the doors were closed. Do you still want me to cast Expeditious Retreat?
No.
Okay.
I don't think you're locked into a decision just because, like, because in the real world, you would have seen the giant closed doors in front of you.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he has said from our conversations with Azar, because he just dropped this whole haven't been here in a trillion
Yes.
years thing on us now.
Yes, correct.
Has he stated that he knows where his own fucking house is?
No, he hasn't said that yet.
Alright, cool. I don't fucking know. Plans deteriorated, I guess.
I start
I'm just
loading
gonna-
my shotgun from Hot Fuzz.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just gonna grab Azar by the shoulders and just go, where the fuck is your house?
Bad news. I've always just teleported there. I don't know how to walk in.
I'm gonna stab him.
Well, what if, can you describe it and I can just zoop us there if we're already attracting attention?
As you guys are having this concentration, that kind of tide becomes like almost drowningly powerful as something kind of passes over you. And then it's gone.
Okay, wait, no, hold on. Lou, I think
Yeah.
that happened last time, and we did the oopsie once, and we felt it. And the second time, that was the jig. So we will not cast any more magic spells.
No
No more
more.
magic spells.
Next person to cast a spell gets fucking eaten.
Well, wait, no, I mean, Lou, I
No,
can still.
They're
no,
fine.
that's the rule
They're
forever.
fine.
That's the rule for now on for every encounter.
It's okay.
Use a spell, slump eats you. That's it.
Okay.
I wrote it in all caps on my arm. I'm not gonna do it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay,
Here's the
sorry,
crazy
sorry,
thing
sorry.
too. You get +2 to like rolls and stuff with bless, right?
Yeah.
Everyone gets +1.
Ooh.
It's
Why
like
is
suppressing
that?
you?
It's just I don't know how that feels. I think you guys know the way Bless feels. You feel a bit stronger, a bit smarter, a bit more hearty. You feel those things, but not as much as normally.
Hey,
The spell feels weaker.
When Slump yells at everybody not to cast any more magic, I want to cast message.
Yep.
And
Nice.
right into Slump's head and just go, hello, Slump.
Slump immediately shits his pants. Immediately. Slump turns, looks at Galdrick, and backhands him in the face.
All right, fly over the building.
No.
Okay.
No.
So, Azar,
Yep.
would you happen to have like a normal teleportation circle, or did you use some crazy shit that didn't use a circle? Like
Yeah, no, I
Crazy Person?
used the crazy kind of stepping where I would just kind of fold reality and be at the new place kind of thing. I didn't need
Cool.
teleportation circles.
No, that's great. You know, your foresight is impeccable.
Does it have a door even? Like, can you get to it?
I think so. I remember there being stairs, and it was on the very.
Oh yeah, let's rely on the dude's memory who can't remember where he buried his best friend.
I mean,
What the fuck is wrong with you?
it is going to be a problem. Listen, I apologize. I didn't realize that. I have no idea how to get in there until we got here.
What about Azar? What if we just get you like some tea with some like ginseng or something in it or whatever, and then you just take a little moment to sit and meditate and clear your mind and kind of, calm yourself and bring yourself back there.
It'd be nice if you had like a samurai sword to give you a sense memory, maybe play some dress up.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Thank you very much. I have a katana. It doesn't help. And
Katana, more like shitana.
okay, no, it's a very no, that's not funny.
him.
Help.
That's
Doesn't
not
help.
funny.
What's the point of
No,
it? Doesn't
nobody
help, so
laugh
what's
at
the point of it,
Look,
huh?
you've already upset the
Doesn't help,
dogs.
what's the-
Look, you've upset the dogs.
Oh,
Great.
Sorry.
Now, listen, if we get in there, it's on the northern side, so if we just go to the northernmost building and start stomping on the floor, listen for the hollow area.
Do you have a bunch of other like super valuable stuff in there you wouldn't mind losing?
Well, I mean, the paper is pretty valuable.
Yet other
Oh,
stuff,
other
not the
things?
food.
I mean, I've got, little knickknacks and,
So like if we just said, oh hey, my grandpa is a crazy old man and he had a bunker here and he just left it to me and we need to find it because there's treasure in it. Do you think
give them all the other things that's in there?
I mean, it would at least give them a reason to let us in and poke around because we're
Good
trying
idea.
to find the fucking thing that's hidden.
I'm kind of okay with that because really all I need is the notes. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that plan.
I like it. The only thing is, if there's no treasure in there, they probably will kill us.
Well, how superstitious are the people in this city?
Let's see. The Red Dammits are pretty superstitious. The Sogov are not really superstitious at all.
Okay.
Iron Maidens, I guess I don't really know.
Okay.
Dodo Boys, I guess I don't know.
Could they be intimidated if we get there and there's no treasure? Could Teeny Tot just walk through a wall and proclaim to be the god of being neighborly? Demand they let us go?
I mean, that might work.
Well, if it doesn't, Slump will just eat them. That's always an easy solution for Slump.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them, but
Slump's got a big appetite.
I guess that's true.
And fire doesn't usually concern itself with numbers.
That's
right.
true. That's true. All right. Well, I kind of like the idea of offering them all the treasure. I don't have that much great stuff, but I've got a couple things.
As long as it's old, we could probably convince them that it's of historical significance.
Oh yeah, some of it's really old. Okay. Well, I guess I won't go up there and tell them that I'm a person from 10,000 years ago, and they only ever knew as an old man, that I've never met them before, but lived beneath their floor.
Probably not the best idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably just leave that one for now.
Okay.
Might not motivate them. Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. I guess that's fair.
I'll just I'm gonna go off my Yo-Yo Boy's knowledge, since this feels like an analog. I think and I'm just going to write a fake will on like a piece of paper and tear it out and hand it to him. And it's really shitty. It says like, "I'm this guy's grandpa. I lived under your house. There's secret treasure. He's got to find it. Signed, Jake scribbled out. Yake scribbled out. This guy's grandpa."
Yeah. Okay.
Just give it to him. Like, there you go.
You give it to the guard kind of thing?
No, I give it to
Oh,
Azar.
you give it to Azar. Okay, yeah, yep. All right. I mean, it doesn't look that convincing, but better
Hey.
than nothing. I mean, it looks like it was written by a 3-year-old.
That
You
seems
know,
a little harsh.
you take your time on penmanship, Mr. Swordmaster. Look how
I'm-
many fucking spells I write in this shit. Time,
I mean-
efficiency, shorthand.
That's fair. That's okay. I mean,
God.
maybe you should have been a doctor. It's just completely unintelligible to anyone else.
You know, maybe I should have been. Then I wouldn't be here with you, you dumb piece of shit.
Wow. And I
Hey, we're all under a lot of stress.
Wow, you guys are being like really.
I don't know what's gotten into me. I'm feeling feisty right now, but this guy just totally forgets a whole bunch of super important shit.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Hanging out
Okay.
with horse
No,
spots
hold
again.
on. Hold on. You do the same thing for 10,000 years and tell me that you don't forget how to do it a different way.
Okie dokie, call me in like 9,900 and a couple, and
All
I'll
right.
let you
Well,
know.
okay. Sounds good. I will.
You take those time to, eat a bunch of dicks.
Wow. Okay. I see how this is going to go.
Maybe we should get like a
Why
snack
do you always
before we
hate
go
the people
in.
that are our friends?
Now, wait. Hold on. Wait.
Why
I've
don't
got a
we
problem.
have better friends?
Hold on.
Is
One
this
problem.
us?
There's a problem with the plan.
Oh,
Wow.
what?
I look like I'm your age.
That
Wait, isn't
Yeah.
that fine? I wrote it was your grandpa that gave you the thing. Is that bad?
should be okay.
Oh, I see. Oh, I thought I was the grandpa.
Oh, no, that's okay. Maybe my handwriting was just so bad that it made you an idiot.
Oh, yes, I can see that your writing was so illegible that I
That's what it
misunderstood
was.
your
No, I'm
garbage
very sorry
plan.
about that.
Yeah,
I'm going
no,
to
that's
kill you in
okay.
your sleep. I almost murdered you once.
I remember that. That would have been a big problem. Big problem. Okay. So I guess I'll go up there and tell them that my dead grandpa's got a bunch of gold under their floorboards.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you take it from here, Chief. I did my end.
All right. Anybody else have any other helpful tips on how to go ahead?
If we don't do the opposite of that, is we could ask Galdrick to do the Stone of Truth thing again, but I don't think them knowing the truth would motivate them as much as fake treasure.
Yeah, probably not.
I think it's the best way to go.
All right.
Maybe make it like bread-based treasure. Be like, oh yeah, some ancient wheat berries or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's not a bad
The-
idea.
The yeast of the South.
Oh shit,
Ooh.
maybe super old. Oh dude, you know some shit about bread.
I mean,
Golden yeast.
golden
Oh.
yeast. Okay. All right. You know what? I'll try to sell that.
Well, if we promise it and then it's not there, that's also bad.
That's true.
Yeah, but then we'll also have the shit and we can just cheese it, and that's kind of like our MO.
That's true.
That's
We have
true.
a really good front half of the plan, and then execution it kind of falls apart, and then we run.
And then
Why
we
not
run.
why not go with something vague but interesting like, oh, can't tell you what we have, we can promise it's gonna be neat, because then no matter what you have in there, it's probably still gonna be neat. Unless
Yeah.
it's like a collection of belly button lint or something.
No, that's a pretty good idea. And plus,
I-
we could be like, oh, my grandpa was crazy. It's an underground thing. We don't fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they are imagining it's all these amazing things, and we haven't actually promised anything.
No, that's true. Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, now how about somebody else actually take the lead? I think that
Nope.
would be super helpful.
No, it's
Maybe
yours.
somebody
You're,
else.
you're the
You
grandkid.
got it.
No, really? I just feel
You're
like
good.
it would be
Nah,
great
you're
if there was
fine.
if there were different people talking.
Come on.
Oh,
Just if
you
other
don't
people
wanna-
were talking.
I
Other
feel like
than
I
me.
really
Got it,
contributed to this party, this group.
Yeah,
Wait,
you're good.
plan? Yeah.
All right.
Who's our most charismatic sort of person?
I step out of frame so we see Goldrick.
Goldrick, how do you
Mr.
feel?
Goldrick, would you like to do
feeling
this?
charming?
Yeah. Wait.
You know the plan. Here you go. And he just
damn
kind of
it,
like
damn
shoves the paper into your chest. You got it.
Fucking metagaming. I was gonna be like, wait, why doesn't Slump just use his fucking thingy? But god damn it, because who better to sell treasure than someone who they think is wealthy?
Yeah, but he doesn't even have his fucking monocle anymore.
Yeah, well, he does. Does he know he doesn't have his monocle anymore?
Oh, that's true. I guess he doesn't fucking even know. He thought
Yeah, that's true.
he doesn't understand why it didn't work last time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, here you go,
You know
Goldrick.
what?
You do it.
Hold on, because I hate being put into situations like this. Because on one hand, I'm just gonna roll 1d20 because I'm gonna let my character decide this, because that's normally what I would do, but I also feel like it's a little meta, like I'm trying to bring attention that he doesn't have it anymore.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna roll a 1d20. If it's above, I'll ask. If it's below, I just go with it.
Yep.
That's how I always like to resolve these. Slump,
Okay.
why the fuck don't you use your monocle?
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, let's do that.
Slump walks back up to the guards.
they look kind of concerned at each other, like,
Like 20 minutes.
hey, should we get this guy a doctor or something? I think he's
I'm
got
gonna say
something wrong with him.
I'm gonna say the Slump walks a few steps closer, not close enough for them to feel threatened, but
Yeah.
like close enough that they can tell that he thinks it's an issue with them not being able to hear it, and then like tenses up his whole body and goes red and just.
Hey, Joe, go get a doctor. This guy needs some help. This guy's serious. We got some mental issues. We need to get a doctor for him.
I look over to Lou. Why isn't he using the monocle?
What Slump,
It's weird.
Slump like thinks that maybe somehow this is getting through to him, sort of like he's Neo beginning to see the source code, and he thinks maybe they stand a chance if these guys go to get a doctor. And I want him to like full weight, absolutely full bore, even if it takes a couple of hit points, fall face first into the dirt.
Oh
Like,
my
straight
God.
timber like a tree straight onto his fucking face, just like a plank.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. 1 point of damage from the
Okay.
like actual literal
Yep.
damage dealing face plant into the ground. And the guy's like, "Oh, Joe, go get the doctor. Go get Doctor Sick." And where's the? Oh, there we go. I need some fucking. Hey, gimme. I need people. I need people. Those are grubs. I need people.
Did you say his
Characters.
name is Dr. Sick?
What? What did you say?
Dr. Sick.
What?
Dr. Sick? That's what, I just read that name in
Dr.
my book
Sick.
that I'm reading the other day. Also, it sounds like Dr. Rick. It's probably that more than the book.
And so the one that was named Joe just takes off over to the right into these large gates that have not been identified to you. This is not North Town or East Town or anything. This is like a northeast town that has not been kind of identified to you guys. And like a minute passes by before Joe comes running with this very kind of tall woman with these large spectacles on her face, wearing kind of a doctor's coat.
I feel targeted.
And she runs in, and Joe's like, "Hey, this guy fell down. He's been making a bunch of weird sounds with his face. I think he's got something wrong. Dr. Sick, you gotta help him." And the woman's like, "Oh, what is the problem here that I see? What is wrong with the big man? Oh,
Eyes
he's
go
falling
wide
down."
as shit.
Yeah.
As Slump is laying on the ground, he's going to look up at the doctor and then like point vaguely at the gate and say,
Medicine. House. Only reserve within 100 miles. Slump and Thalt will die without it.
It seems the man needs medicine from inside the gates. What kind of medicine do you have inside there, Joe? And Joe's like, "Hey, I don't think we got any medicine in here. It's just mostly bread stuff. Hey, big man, bread stuff is your medicine? You need bread
No.
stuff?"
Slump is working for the secret guard. Has a basement in the down.
I snatched the paper back from Azar and stick it in my pocket.
And this kind of tall, thin woman kind of leans down and puts a hand on your shoulder, Slump, and suddenly you feel like 1,000,000,000% energized. Like you feel like you could fucking jump 100 miles in the air and run 1,000 miles an hour. Like you feel so fucking energized. It's like, oh, this should probably help you until we get your medicine.
Okay,
Big man.
I want to roll to deceive the doctor. What should I roll?
Okay,
plus?
yeah, roll plus charisma.
Okay.
+1 from Crappy Bless.
Slump just puts his face an inch closer to the doctor and says,
She like takes
No
off her
explanation.
glasses. Yeah, she kind of takes off her glasses and starts wiping them off. She's like, okay, this should get him going for about an hour, but we will need to get his medicine before then. He'll fall back down again.
So we're trying. Wait. So I want to make sure that the house that we're trying to get to is inside here, right? It's past these gates.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the northern city. Yep.
Gotcha. Okay.
And she says, how rude of me. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Dr. Pepper, MD. Most people here just call me Dr. Sick because I work on the sick people. You are? Yeah, I mean, this is usually the part where you introduce yourselves to me.
Did you say Dr. Pupper?
Dr. Pepper, MD.
You don't have to say the MD. It's implied in your being a doctor.
I need people to know it's not a philosophical degree. It is, medical.
Oh, boy.
That's the word?
Okay.
Medical
Yeah,
degree.
you sound like you know
That's
what
the
you're talking
one.
about.
That's not the
Yep.
first time a German accent dipped into French.
Thank you for your help. That's wonderful.
Oh, toads.
That's Slump there.
Any one of you going to introduce yourselves, maybe?
I'm Galdrick.
I'm
Hi.
Slumpenfald.
Oh, you
I'm
sound so
Lou.
much better than before.
What?
You sound so much better. Before you were just going, yes, that's the only thing you were doing. That's the only thing you could do.
Slump needs his medicine. or it'll get worse.
and then I want him to like pull the doctor in like really close for a quick little, and he looks at her and says,
And it's contagious.
Oh no, that's very bad. Okay. This is Goldrick and Slump, and I didn't catch the other names.
I'm Lou. This is
I will drop down from being side saddle on my giant jacked horse, and I'll make sure that I split the deck of titty cards.
Yeah.
So it's one with like David Hasselhoff laying naked covered in puppies.
Oh yeah, sure.
And Yeg the Amazing, and I'll sign the card and hand it to her.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Maybe for some.
That's no, that's objectively, scientifically, unequivocally disgusting. But thank you, Mr. Yeg the Amazing. Now, what kind of medicine are you looking for? I might have some back in my laboratory.
Slump turns and like wide-eyed stares directly at Azar.
It's a very rare medicine.
oh boy.
It's very hard to find. Why don't you list all the medicines you have, and I'll tell you if it's one of those.
Awesome.
And she says, let's see.
She lists them all in song. to the tune of
Alphabetically.
Modern Major General.
Damn it. If I was clever enough, I would. But she's like, let's see. I have got amlodipine. I've got atorvastatin. I've got clindamycin. I've got cyclobenzaprine. I've got hydrochlorothiazide. I've got meloxicam.
Why are you saying it like that?
They're very big words that I've not used to saying all that often. It's almost like the first time I've ever seen them.
Okay. Sure.
And I've also got omega-3 polyunsaturated fatty acids. I've got orthotricycline. I've got oxycodone. Do you want some of that? I've got
I'd love
lots.
to see some bit of that, yeah.
I've got lots of oxycodones. That will keep you going for a little while.
Might just take the edge off a bit before Slump gets his medicine.
Tell you what,
know?
I'll give you your first 5 pills of oxycodone for free.
Oh, yes.
And then when you need more, you just come back. You talk to Dr. Papa MD, maybe.
Okay.
Can Slump take one and pocket the other 4?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. You're feeling
That's
absolutely
only
no pain.
$6,000.
Yeah, exactly. You just tell me when you want some more. I've got many more for sale.
Okay, wait, for sale?
Oh, yes. Only the first 5 are free.
Oh, okay.
Which part of town do you hail from, by chance?
I come from the asylum.
Oh, what is?
Oh,
We haven't
man.
heard. We haven't heard.
Oh, the asylum is for the elite. It's for the academic, how you say, elite? You know.
we can work on the optics of that later. I don't know if that's the best word.
You know, well, it's kind of like an asylum for the brilliant-minded, where we learn all about the human condition
Uh-oh.
and how to
Okie dokie. Okay, so I
How
read
to
this
kind
way
of-
different.
make more humans. But not in the traditional sense. We're not making babies. We're making full-grown men.
Out of multiple other.
So you have seen our work. Perhaps you would like a seat on the asylum?
Oh no.
I'm just
Well, I
saying,
wouldn't mind learning more about it, but
some of you have some delicious looking body parts.
what does deliciousness have to do with any of it?
Well, they just look so strong, and they could be reappropriated.
Oh well, that's very flattering, but maybe later.
Are you sure I could trade you the oxycodone?
Yikes! No, I mean,
No?
thank you, thank you.
Oh,
I-
come on, man. It's pretty good.
Oh, Slum.
Man. Whoop.
Tell you what, Slump.
What?
You give me one of your arms, maybe I give
Yeah.
you some more oxycodone
Oh,
for free.
man.
Slump is looking at his arm and looking back at the doctor.
And she's
looking
like,
at his arm and
she's
looking
like
at the doctor.
slowly reaching for like a bone saw she's got hanging from her hip. It's a pretty good deal. Give you lots more oxycodone, just one little arm. You've got 2.
Oh, man. Slump was born with a spare.
Exactly. That's what I'm
I
saying.
slap.
Oh,
I slap. No, I start like no.
Mr. Goldrix, this seems like a deal between me and Mr. Slump. Mr. Fine, intelligent, Mr. Excellent deal making Mr. Slump. So handsome here. Maybe,
Oh, well.
maybe you just butt out a little bit, Mr. Goldrick. Well,
I'm
me,
Yeah,
gonna-
maybe
I'm-
you butt out.
yeah.
You talk to me like that again, and I will rip out your intestines and hang you with them.
He'll do it.
How
He'll do it.
dare you insult me?
It's not a threat. That's a promise.
I have. Well, you just think about the things that you've said, and maybe next time you need some oxycodone. You know, maybe I only.
I swear, I start like getting my glaive out.
Okay.
I do the equivalent
All right.
of reaching behind my back for the gun.
Uh huh. All right. That's good. Good talk.
Slump is being friendly.
Slump, if you
What,
ever need
can
more
you-
oxycodone, you
Are
just...
you still
Okay.
talking? I
Slump
cast
will
out evil.
consider Slump will consider buying a bunch more if you could just help Slump get in there to his medicine.
Joe? Oh boy, Joe, maybe you just opens the door, you let them inside and let them find the medicines they're looking for. It looks like they're not fucking around. Oh boy, it looks really bad, Joe. Maybe you just let them in for a little bit. All right, maybe. And if you guys ever need, you just come back to my asylum.
Slump sees why you were there now.
Help me make a
Oh
Frankenstein.
boy, oh boy,
Maybe
No,
I
oh
turn
no
you
boy.
into a
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Why would you call it a front? Oh, there she's gone. Oh
Yep,
well.
that's okay.
That's
Well.
depressing.
Okay.
Okay, sweet red dude. What was your name?
My name's
John.
my name's Mo. He's Joe. That one's Joe over there.
Sweet. Okay,
Yeah.
dokie. Nice to meet you, Mo and Joe.
Yeah,
I am
you guys
very
wanna get in?
amazing. Yeah, okay, we can skip that. Yep, okay, let's go.
All right, you guys are gonna have to be careful in there, okay? No touching the breads. All right, there's like special recipes and stuff, so you guys don't touch that shit. You just
No
get.
touching.
Where's your medicine at?
It's in the house in there.
It's
It's in the
okay.
basement. Slump can't tell you. It's secret.
We have property inside
Yeah.
there, inside these stuff.
Property. inside there.
All right, I doubt that. All right, come on in.
Well, okay, thanks.
Wow.
And they open the gates and they kind of escort you just a little bit inside, and you do see kind of rows of baking houses on the left and right side of the north town. You see they're all basically the exact same building over and over and over again. They have large glassless windows. I don't know what do you call that? A big window with no glass?
Like some sort of porthole.
Yeah, kind of like a port. Yeah, I don't know. It's just windows without glass, I guess. I don't know why words are so fucking
Is it
difficult.
still a window if there is no glass?
I know.
Okay,
What's it called?
okay.
You see
Just
a
a
bunch
window,
of
I
yeah,
guess.
just a
An
bunch of
open
wall
window.
holes.
Pass through.
A bunch of wall holes. You guys see just
Okay,
a
I
bunch
like
of
it,
wall
yep.
holes in the sides
Okay.
of these fucking buildings, and inside, like, it's kind of weird how all these guys are like throwing this dough to like the exact same unseen beat,
Yeah.
Oh my
Perfect.
god.
and they're
How are
like,
they doing? How good of a job are they doing?
like it's fucking freaky how good they are, man.
Okay.
Like they're kind of like smashing the dough, taking a step to the side, punching the dough. They kind of take a step to the side and fold it over. They punch it again. They kind of roll it in half. They pick it up. They throw it up. They catch it. They kind of crush it in their hands a little bit. They smack it down. They punch it again and take another step to the side. And they're all doing this like to the exact same time. And it's kind of weird to see because there's no music. It's just these guys fucking making dough. And it's it definitely, I think, like, no rolls needed. It feels exactly like the Yo-Yo Boys back in the white ink. Like, these guys are just weirdly, freakishly in time as they're all smashing dough. And then when the dough's done, it goes on the fucking tray and goes into the oven. They start it again.
He was just standing stock still, mesmerized by this performance.
And
Slump is sort of like walking with the beat and like swaggering a little bit, like he's not paying attention, but he's so fucking simplistic that his body is like attuned to the music.
yeah, and that's just it. So I guess like there's no music, but it's like the shuffling and pounding of the feet.
Yeah,
and the
exactly,
dough.
yeah.
It's like it's making this beat.
Yes,
it's like there's
exactly.
this fucking beat just
Yeah.
coming through all the buildings here as you guys walk down.
Well, Zarzar dog, where's your house?
Probably at the very back end, I guess. Probably the last house, I guess. It's been a long time, so.
Okay.
Do you remember what the journal looked like? Did it have any discerning feature?
I mean, it was just like a little leather-bound book. Just it's the
Did you
only
have
one I
your
had.
Name on it? Did it have a cute little heart block?
I mean, okay, this sounds super bad, but it's like when you're like the all-powerful ultimate being in existence, you don't think you
Who
need to
kept
take
the
these.
journal?
you don't really think you need to take those kinds of precautions. I wrote it down in case I forgot it, and I didn't think it was important to make any note of the book or anything. Like, it's just a little leather book.
Neat. Okay.
We'll look around. We'll find it. Don't worry.
I mean, it's going to be underneath. And I can tell you this: they probably don't have a lot of underground bunkers. So when we find a place with a bunker underneath the building, that'll be my place. But how are we gonna go into one of these places?
Let's look for any low down windows or vents, or maybe there's a little trap to a cellar, like a little door.
So you guys walk up to the last building, and I'd like to have whoever wants to kind of look through the wall hole make a perception check. Roll plus wisdom.
Can multiple do that if they want?
Yeah, anybody who wants to look in can take a
Oh,
look.
fuck.
Awesome.
Holy shit.
I'm distracted reading locate objects, so I'm not gonna roll.
Okay, Lou, you look through the wall hole, and you do see a little trapdoor latch in there, and then this
Uh-huh.
huge, fat baker woman, who's got like one eye that's kind of scarred over, kind of steps on the door and takes a look at you guys. Says, "Hey, the name's Paw. What can I help you with?" And that's where we'll leave off for tonight.
Ah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Dodo paw.
Yep, Dodo Paw. Okay.
I'm seeing some similarities this episode.
Listen, you guys need the analogs, okay? You needed
What does this mean that there's these exact parallels?
you needed the doctor sick and you needed the Dodo boys, okay? It's important.
Hide all back.
Okay, guys, we will gather back here next time, and you guys will have to deal with in some way Dodo Paw.
Fuck yes.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for hanging out.
Fuck yeah. Hey, thank you. Same place next week.
Same place, same time next week.
See you,
Bye, chat.
Thanks,
Chat.
guys. Bye.
Bye.